Yeah, walk in the building like I got $1 million on me in cash. Okay, tired of counting, I hired accountants, they doing the math. Okay, took it to places they never could make it, I'm forming a path. Okay, not going back. Okay, not going back. Let's go, not from this planet. Pull up in alien rocket shit. They try to study the way I've been doing it, they gon' need paleontologists. Feel like I'm one of the greats. Money, I'm making a lot of it. I did 1 billion streams in the pen and I swear that they barely acknowledge it. Okay, that means that I gotta go harder, I'm flipping the switch. Battery charging, I'm ready to flip. Feel like I'm Arthur, I'm balling my fist. Give me the call, never calling it quits. Bigger money, bigger problems, what they said to me. I don't ever worry cause the stress don't get to me. Live and direct from the mind of my destiny. Diamonds of pressure, I thrive in intensity. Lo and behold, sticking around when they told me to go. Calling me up, nobody home. Spinning these numbers like rotary phones. Hey, lo and behold, house made of glass, they throwing these stones. Markham, Ontario, locally grown. Went off the map, I'm globally known. Walk in the building like I got $1 million on me in cash. Okay, tired of counting, I hired accountants, they doing the math. Okay, took it to places they never could make it, I'm forming a path. Okay, not going back. Okay, not going back.
It's a 1 in a million chance that you run up and not end up pissing in blacks. I made a cornerstone out of a corner, boy, Poppy still got my pick in the glass. Say, why they keep messing with G? I mess it the beat. Got burners and burnouts with second degree. I just totaled my Tesla, ain't stressing receipts. I got back in that thing in like less than a week. I just parked in the building. Matter of fact, I just stomped in the building and shot to the ceiling. Got art in apartments I bought for $1 million. Put cross on the wall and I auction the building. Now watch them claim my slip. It's a cover up. Watch me spray my wrist. Get another one. Watch which name got this. Pick up brother up. Watch you game my rich. With the bubble up. Stop it. She poppin', I seen them girls too often. My money come from content, Chris on market with some parking. Wait, cause I was just doing the walk-ins. Now I got a neighbor with a garden. Just on my car, I got a login. Chick on wood trees, don't put login. And
walk in the building like I got $1 million on me in cash. Okay, tired of counting, I hired accountants, they doing the math. Okay, took it to places they never could make it, I'm forming a path. Okay, not going back. Okay, not going back. Let's go. Yeah, walk in the building like I got $1 million on me in cash. Okay, tired of counting, I hired accountants, they doing the math. Okay, took it to places they never could make it, I'm forming a path. Okay, not going back. Okay, not going back. Let's go, not from this planet. Pull up in alien rocket shit. They try to study the way I've been doing it, they gon' need paleontologists. Feel like I'm one of the greats. Money, I'm making a lot of it. I did 1 billion streams in the pen and I swear that they barely acknowledge it. Okay, that means that I gotta go harder, I'm flipping the switch. Battery charging, I'm ready to flip. Feel like I'm Arthur, I'm balling my fist. Give me the call, never calling it quits. Bigger money, bigger problems, what they said to me. I don't ever worry cause the stress don't get to me. Live and direct from the mind of my destiny. Diamonds of pressure, I thrive in intensity. Lo and behold, sticking around when they told me to go. Calling me up, nobody home. Spinning these numbers like rotary phones. Hey, lo and behold, house made of glass, they throwing these stones. Markham, Ontario, locally grown. Went off the map, I'm globally known. Walk in the building like I got $1 million on me in cash. Okay, tired of counting, I hired accountants, they doing the math. Okay, took it to places they never could make it, I'm forming a path. Okay, not going back. Okay, not going back.
it's a 1 in a million chance that you run up and not end up pissing in blacks. I made a cornerstone out of a corner, boy, Poppy still got my pick in the glass. Say, why they keep messing with G? I mess it the beat. Got burners and burnouts with second degree. I just totaled my Tesla, ain't stressing receipts. I got back in that thing in like less than a week. I just parked in the building. Matter of fact, I just stomped in the building and shot to the ceiling. Got art in apartments I bought for $1 million. Put cross on the wall and I auction the building. Now watch them claim my slip. It's a cover up. Watch me spray my wrist. Get another one. Watch which name got this. Pick up brother up. Watch you game my rich. With the bubble up. Stop it. She poppin', I seen them girls too often. My money come from content, Chris on market with some parking. Wait, cause I was just doing the walk-ins. Now I got a neighbor with a garden. Just on my car, I got a login. Chick on wood trees, don't put login. And
walk in the building like I got $1 million on me in cash. Okay, tired of counting, I hired accountants, they doing the math. Okay, took it to places they never could make it, I'm forming a path. Okay, not going back. Okay, not going back. Let's go. Yeah, walk in the building like I got $1 million on me in cash. Okay, tired of counting, I hired accountants, they doing the math. Okay, took it to places they never could make it, I'm forming a path. Okay, not going back. Okay, not going back. Let's go. Not from this planet. Pull up an alien rocket ship. They try to study the way I've been doing it. They gon' need paleontologists. Feel like I'm one of the greats. Money, I'm making a lot of it. I did 1 billion streams in the pen, and I swear that they barely acknowledge it. Okay, that means that I gotta go harder. I'm flipping the switch. Battery charging, I'm ready to flip. Feel like I'm Arthur, I'm balling my fist. Give me the call, never calling it quits. Bigger money, bigger profit.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. It's time.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Wrestling with Toxicity, the Monday Night Raw edition. I am your host, Super Vince Hoover, joined as always by the Booker Jason Hoover, and we are TGN Networks, brought to you by SeatGeek. Whether it's a wrestling show, a concert, a comedy show, Broadway show, whatever you want to go see, SeatGeek is the absolute best way to buy tickets. It is color-coded to make it easy and simple, so you know when you're getting the best deal. Green means go, red means maybe not so much. And use the code SUPERBEER to get $20 off your very first purchase at SeatGeek.com or in the SeatGeek app. Of course, if you are on Twitch, please hit that follow button. If you're feeling ever so generous, just $5 a month, subscribe, or use your Amazon Prime subscription. Make Jeffrey Bezos pay for it. Stick it to the billionaires. If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up button, hit the follow button, or subscribe button, whatever you want to call it. They keep changing it, whatever. You know what to do. And on TikTok, please follow along. Subscribe if you're feeling generous, just $2.99 a month. We greatly appreciate you there as well. Now, of course, you guys have already been blowing up our comments. Thank you guys so much. We've got a lot going on. Let's start with the Cody injury. Cody is injured. He tweaked his shoulder a little bit. It's nothing too severe. He should be just fine. So nothing too much to worry about there. I think the dirt sheets are kind of making a mountain out of a molehill kind of thing. Yes, AEW did just sign former NWA Women's Champion Camille. Good for them. She's amazing. So that's very much. Trenton, how's it going? There are rumors that Braun Strowman will be returning tonight. They're just rumors. We'll have to wait and see. I don't know. Could happen, could not happen. Have no idea. So we'll have to wait and see. Screwy, how's it going? Let's see what else.
Roman not coming back till November. Rock not coming back till November.
Yeah. Also, a lot of people have been like, "Oh, this draft has been shit. It's been ass. It's been terrible." It really hasn't. And I kind of felt the same way. I'm like, oh man, that was kind of like really disappointing. But at the end of the day, we're in a whole new era, and we're trying to lock down a solidified Raw roster, a solidified SmackDown roster. We have 2 GMs now. We have abilities to actually have the show separated. This will be the first time they're legit separated for quite some time. There won't be crossovers. There probably won't be any free agents. They're going to lock the rosters down. So it'll be rare you see people from SmackDown on Raw and vice versa. So that being said, I didn't, looking back, of course they're going to lock in those people. I get it. It is what it is. And I would have said 3 shows, but NXT isn't drafting. They're just having people drafted from their show.
It's stupid.
Which is kind of weird, but it is what it is. That's fine.
Honestly, I would have loved to seen Ivar gotten drafted to NXT.
Yeah, that would have been great. But
behind the scenes draft.
Yeah.
And why wasn't Baron Corbin drafted to the same show as Braun Breaker?
They purposely separated them because they want Braun Breaker to be a solo star. And with Baron Corbin's new direction, they want him to go back to being a solo star as well. So by separating them, you don't have the temptation of being like, well, let's put them back together because they were good as a tag team. Because let's be real, they were good as a tag team, but they were also very short tenured as a tag team. And the idea with Braun Breaker is to make him a household name and a big main event player. Putting him on Raw was the right choice. What's going on, Phil?
I feel bad for all the work he did to get Braun Breaker, but I feel excited. I kind of feel great about Pierce. Is like, okay, fine. You won. You got him to sign at your show. Guess what? There's a draft
Exactly.
coming. Yoink, mine.
What's going on, Murtado, Lab Rat, everybody else popping in?
Guys, thanks for joining us. We greatly appreciate it.
We absolutely believe in Joe Henry. Oh, shit. It's already started. It's already started. Ah.
Yeah. Can you tell we're distracted?
Forever.
First commercial break, we'll do the breakdown of what's going on with our lives and what's going to happen at the end of May. So we'll do that. I think we'll see glitches tonight.
Together.
I don't think NXT's going to be in the mud. Lewis, I honestly don't think they're going to be hurting from this.
No, they're not going to be hurting at all.
You're looking live, the T-Mobile Center in Kansas
They are not going to be hurting at all.
For Monday Night Raw.
He's going up in a Rolls Royce, probably Logan Paul. Yep.
And is that Speed with him?
Yep. He got out of the trunk?
It
hell?
would look like.
Oh, and Patrick Mahomes? What the shit?
What's up, baby? How you doing?
Very good. Congrats on all your success.
I appreciate you, man.
Yo, glad we caught you. I want to tell you all the work you've been doing. That U.S. title,
Hey.
It looks good on you, dog.
Hey, thank you, Damien. I appreciate that, bro.
Got that, man.
Yeah, Monday Night Raw, Nick Aldis invited me. Show up, make some draft picks. We in KC. Had to come with the legend, Patrick Mahomes. This guy's the greatest quarterback in the league, bro. But I have to be honest with you, boys. Judgment Day, y'all been crushing it. Monday Night Raw, you're running it around here. And my guess is, at Backlash this Saturday, you gonna destroy the ugly Uso, bro. What's his name again?
Jay.
Jay.
Yeah, he gets handled at Backlash.
You gonna handle it, bro.
Hell yeah. Let's go inside.
Let's get it then.
All right, let's go, boys.
United States champion Logan Paul, the Judgment Day, with world champion Damian Priest, and of
Okay.
course the Super Bowl MVP, Patrick Mahomes. Hello, Kansas City. Welcome to Monday Night Raw. Michael Cole, Pat McAfee.
Rocky, we got to be real here. I'm not a Kansas City fan, but it's hard to deny that Patrick Mahomes is not the best QB in the league right now. Lamar Jackson can't even make it to a Super Bowl, much less win one.
Our tribal chief, by way of Paul Heyman, withdrew his name from the draft. He's a giving tribal chief. Didn't want to steal the spotlight from any other superstars. And for that reason, we all acknowledge our GOAT here in Kansas City, Michael Cole.
Well, Friday night on SmackDown was night number 1 of the draft, and we made history that night. Bianca Belair became just the 3rd woman and first black woman in WWE history ever to be drafted number 1 overall. Of course, Raw picked up Jey Uso as their number 1 pick, and Braun Breaker.
Yeah, the Good Brothers going back to SmackDown was interesting.
The rules of the draft tonight
Yeah.
are pretty simple. 6
Not sure if I'm
rounds,
happy about that or what, but we'll
25
see.
picks. Damage control, the
And they
Especially
brought
after
me in with them.
tonight. The rosters,
Yeah.
they will lock in.
But
a
she was
week
already
from
on
tonight,
SmackDown.
next Monday on Raw. Now, all champions, except, as I mentioned, the women's tag team champions, are brand protected. They aren't eligible to be drafted tonight. Now, the war rooms are set up in the back here in Kansas City. The general manager of Monday Night Raw, Adam Pearce, of course, the general manager of SmackDown, Nick Aldis, are here.
Well,
tonight.
Rocky, they're treating it like the NFL draft. GMs don't come out and announce the draft picks. They have special people come out and do it. So they're treating it like the NFL draft.
In Orlando, Florida.
That's about I can give you.
Colleague Jackie Redmond is down there to capture all the emotion. Who will get
That's the
drafted
phone
by
number he
NXT
used.
tonight? And here's a list of all the
Right on, Lab
superstars
Rat.
who are
That's what I like to hear.
eligible for tonight's draft. Who will make history? Who will change their careers?
On night 2 of the 2024 WWE Draft, live from the home of the back to
Odyssey
back
Jones is on there.
Super Bowl
Interesting enough.
champion
Yeah.
Chiefs,
If he ever works again.
Kansas City.
I don't know what's up with that guy.
Please welcome the new Women's World Champion,
Well, there's rumors that Braun returns tonight.
Becky
We'll see.
So the interview I saw with Kurt Angle, he didn't say anything about wanting to be Chad Gable's manager. He just loves what Chad Gable is doing.
This is a way to kick
I don't
off
see Javon Evans getting drafted. He's only 19 years old. They're going to want to
Raw.
work with him more
He needs-
before sending him up.
as awesome of a talent as he is, he still needs ring time.
He needs polish.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't fathom a better way to start night 2 of the WWE.
No idea, Rocky. I keep seeing it too. I'm not sure, but it's just he's the brother of a streamer, a big streamer, but I don't know.
Who?
Yeah,
Steve?
Javon Evans has only had 2 television matches in NXT.
A battle royal to determine a world champion. The world championship vacated by Rhea Ripley due to injury. Morgan, Lynch, Nia Jax, the last 3. Nia was eliminated. Pat, it came down to Becky and Liv. And the manhandle slam by the man, Becky Lynch.
No idea what's up with Gable Steveson.
In her career, wins a world championship.
Quantum, I get it. I get what you mean. They're pushing that thing, but
And of course, as the women's
I didn't agree immediately. But if you saw the vignettes that Liv did afterwards, and this allows Liv to chase more and become more of a heel, I see where they're going with it. I still don't 100% agree, but I get it. Yeah, I think she'll beat her at heel tactics. So.
Yeah. A lot of people say this is where the man was born. Nearly
What's up,
6
B-Dog?
years ago, I stood up on those steps, face bloodied, and I let everyone know that this is my show now.
You're right, D-Red.
And here I stand.
Well,
the
Nia
new
won't come out because
Women's
Nia's now on
Champion.
SmackDown.
Nearly 6 years later, and I'm still
Yes,
saying
Drew
the
has
same
re-signed.
damn thing.
That is Eddie's phone number. I'm getting another person.
I'm just,
That done everything of hers.
I just need your boss's name, first and last name, and email address.
Okay, I'm trying. He has not responded.
Nice, Wes.
Of the draft and the times they are changing.
That's
and people
Eddie.
are coming,
That's
people
Can I
are going.
message
We
this
got a
person?
whole new
Yeah, go ahead.
division waiting in the
I don't
wings.
see Becky as boring. I definitely don't see Cody as boring,
Over
but to each their
2
own.
years to work back to holding
Everyone's allowed to have their own
world
opinion.
championship.
And that's another good point. We talk about, oh, Becky's always champion, always champion. It's been 2 years. 2.
Sounds like Manza City tonight. Come on.
Thank you. Thank you. I love you guys. But now
They get
that
drafted
I
tonight.
am
The Kabuki Warriors will
holding
get
it,
drafted tonight.
My instinct is to hold it tight, to never let it go. But
They are the only
championships,
champions
they're
that are
not
available
meant
to be
for just
drafted.
holding, are they? They are meant for defending. So
Sorry to hear that,
Kansas
Jay.
City, we gotta find ourselves a new #1 contender. And I want to fight the best, because you only get better by fighting the best.
Liv stayed on Raw on the draft this past Friday night.
Still on a revenge tour as well.
Oh, Becky. Now, if you're looking for a new #1 contender, here I am. Now,
Royce, Uncle Howdy is not part of the draft because Uncle Howdy is not a technical character in the WWE right now.
Morgan, the cause of Rhea Ripley's injury.
No, Logan has not come out yet.
Backstage, a cheap shot.
now, the very
has
last
shown up.
thing that I wanted coming out here was for you to hand me a title
Would I collab with
opportunity, but
Queso?
For some reason,
I've never really watched Queso
can't
stuff.
help
I
but
see
to
his clips
feel
on
like
TikTok, but
You owe me one.
I mean, I heard he's a decent guy, but
Yeah, I just don't know anything about him. I'd be willing to give it a shot.
Hold on. The truth here is the only reason why you have that Women's World Championship is because I did what you couldn't.
Round 1 will be coming
at
up shortly.
And that is take out Rhea.
And they're doing a decent job of making Liv Morgan a heel. I'm gonna give them that.
Yeah. No glitches yet. The show literally just started, guys.
Yeah, 10 minutes ago.
And this is the Liv Morgan Revenge Tour, after all.
Most wrestling schools, it's 18, but some actually do 16 with parent permission.
And I think we both know that the end game here was always going to be me. And so I won't stop until I have everything that I want.
Liv, you're right. You are right. I would not be holding this if it wasn't for what you did to Rhea Ripley.
I know.
But the interesting thing is that you would be holding this.
Wrestling school is usually 3,000 to 5,000, maybe a little bit more.
Funny how that works, isn't it?
Nothing yet. Show just started.
Whoa! Well, remember, ladies and gentlemen, the draft.
Why is she here? She got drafted to Smack.
A week from tonight.
May 6th, dude. May 6th.
That's right. That's right. I forgot about that.
But she's still eligible to be here tonight on Raw.
Rude. I'm sorry. I don't know about any of you.
I forgot that it doesn't lock in until May 6th.
Kansas City,
But you already had her get into the Bailey's picture. Why would you have her come out to this?
into your home. You're lucky I showed up tonight.
I can't hear you.
Is it just me? Is she looking old?
I don't think it's you.
Anyways,
Probably me.
I dominated both of you last week. I should be champion right now. And the only reason I'm not is because you two teamed up to make sure I wouldn't be.
Maybe we're going to get a triple threat.
I got drafted to the Superior Show SmackDown.
Or maybe somebody else will come out via
This is why I'm wearing blue,
Heels versus
if you can't
Faces
tell, you dumb idiots.
tag.
But like Bailey and Naomi and Tiffany saw, I will soon be champion, so I'm not worried about that.
I don't know if they'll put the belt on Nia anytime soon.
But tonight
Or ever.
is my last night on Raw. And if I'm leaving, I'm taking one of you with me. So,
Now Liv Morgan wasted little time.
If you were gonna make a challenge for tonight, I accept.
I know Pierce is busy back in the war room for the draft, but he's got to make this match official, Pat.
Yeah, somebody tell JBL to use that brain under that cowboy hat and tell Pierce to make this match official. We need it back there in that war room.
Nia's last night on Raw. Looks like she may face Liv Morgan tonight. Also here tonight on Monday Night Raw, the #1 draft pick from Raw from this past Friday. He's also the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. Main event, Jey Uso is here. He'll be a part of the huge 6-man tag team matchup later on tonight here on Monday Night Raw.
See, that's the other problem, though.
Stephanie McMahon.
Hey.
And she's set to kick off night 2 of the draft.
That's changing
The
stuff.
picks are in. Live next.
So, yeah, you're right. It wasn't very heelish of Liv. The thing is like, you're trying to make Liv go more heel, which the first part of her promo was right there with that. Right on, Trent. Trenton's wearing the Yeet hoodie. But here's the thing. You then put her up against Nia Jax, who is one of the most hated heels on the roster. Like, I don't know exactly why they went that route when they could have done anything else. But you know what? It is what it is. We'll see how it goes. See how the match goes. So just to fill you guys in, since we got everybody here, here's the deal for what's going on. Here's the deal of what's going on towards the end of May. So as I've kind of talked about before, I'm working on something positive. Part of that positive thing was selling the house I'm in and moving. As it is right now, this Thursday, which by the way, as of right now, the TGN Thursday podcast will be on hold until probably June. Because I need Thursdays to do what I'm doing. I need Wednesdays and Thursdays off. But that being said, looks like I'll be going up to sign the papers on a new place in Chattanooga, Tennessee. I'll be moving out of Florida, getting a place. So there will be a new studio coming up. At the same time, Jason, the owner of his house that he's renting from, has decided they need to sell their house by the end of May, so they got to move as well. So both my brother and I will be moving at the same time to different places. Now, he's going to move closer to work, which is way better for him. I'm going to be moving to Chattanooga, Tennessee to get a change of landscape. It also puts me nearer to Kel, my boy, my co-host from TGN. So I'll be in the same time zone because I'm moving. Chattanooga is more Eastern Tennessee, so it's still Eastern time zone. So I'll be in the same time zone. That doesn't change. But we may have to take a week, possibly 2 weeks off towards the end of May. Because I got to set up the new studio. He's got to set up his stuff. We got to actually pack and move. So there might be a week or 2 week period where we will not be able to stream. But during that 2 week period, 1 or 2 week period, I will post a bunch of videos about what's going on, keeping you guys informed. So keep an eye out on my TikToks.
Mine too.
That we're not going to disappear. We're just going to be doing that stuff. Once we get everything set up, we'll be back to streaming. And it just means bigger and better things, including the return of the Geeky Kitchen in my new kitchen up there. So I'm moving to Tennessee. I'm going to be moving to Chattanooga, Tennessee, actually technically just south of there. I'm technically in Georgia. I'm a mile from the border, but it's considered the Chattanooga greater area. I'll be in Chattanooga, Tennessee. I'm getting out of Florida. It's best for my health. It's best for my mom's health. So we're moving out, getting that done. We found actually a 4-bedroom apartment that's going to be great. So I will still have a studio. Everything will still be going as it is. Jason has found a place near his work to get moved to. So we're moving at like the same time. So it kind of works out best for that.
Yeah.
Jason, drop your @ in the chat, please, for TikTok. Thank you. So again, I do apologize, guys. I know a lot of you guys get your WWE from us because you can't get it anywhere else. So I apologize about that. But we will do our best to get back up and running at ASAP.
If we can stream, we will stream, but don't expect it. But we will give you guys a definite warning beforehand.
Yeah, exactly. We'll give you a definitive date. And if I'm able to get a makeshift setup going and I can stream, then maybe I will, but we'll do our best.
Yeah, my move shouldn't take that long. It's more of the setup that's going to take some time.
Yeah, my whole house fits in one long U-Haul.
Look, I'm trying to get out of Florida.
Is Florida that bad? Yes.
Look.
No, we will definitely. I will do my best. Absolutely do my best to be back up and running by King and Queen of the Ring. What day is that on? What day is King and Queen of the Ring on?
Well, it sure does feel great to be back here in Kansas City.
May 25th and 26th. I hopefully should be back up and running by then.
WWE 2024 Draft. So with the first pick in the first round, Raw selects the Ring General, Gunther, and Ludwig Kaiser, Imperium!
Okay.
All right.
Kaiser. Remember, Giovanni Vinci was kicked out of the group last week on a Kaiser attack.
Vinci's probably going to go to SmackDown. I got a feeling.
Tonight is Vinci.
Or NXT.
I'm thankful these intimidating.
I don't have a long enough stream, even with a 3-hour Raw, to explain to you why Florida is bad.
It looks like a storm is coming to SmackDown.
Look, it would take us a subathon to do that, dude.
Is Jade Cargill.
Okay. Jade stays on Raw, on SmackDown.
Yeah, disappointing for the Red Brand, but SmackDown with a...
Actually, she didn't botch, Rocky. The proper pronunciation in German is Ludwig for Ludwig. It's Ludwig. She pronounced it correctly, actually.
Yeah, we Americans butcher noise.
Yeah.
Jade Cargill with an opportunity to win his tag titles with Bianca against the Kabuki Warriors Saturday at Backlash.
And with the third pick, Raw selects Io Sky, Asuka, Kairi Sane, and Dakota Kai.
That's interesting.
Damage Control.
Interesting. They're moving them away.
Now the tag champs, of course, will defend their titles across all brands.
Interesting.
The Kabuki Warriors
And it's all 4 of them, so that's a good sign.
There's some menaces
Okay.
on Monday all of a sudden with Damage Control.
Io, a former women's champion, Dakota Kai.
I'd like to see Giovanni go to NXT. I think he would do well there.
I drafted Damage Control.
Yep.
And with the final pick of the first round, SmackDown selects
Okay, Kevin
none
Owens
other
stays on
than
SmackDown.
KO, Kevin Owens.
You're ahead of us, so I had no idea what you were talking about.
Kevin Owens stays on Friday night. He and Randy Orton.
Okay, I keep forgetting
team up
that.
against Solo Sikoa and Tamatanga.
Okay, so
The MFT is coming Saturday.
I don't think so, Fats. I think they just need to be defended in all 3 shows.
First round here on Monday night, day 2. I like our picks.
It will be interesting to see what Damage Control's story moving forward will be on Raw.
We drafted by the numbers. SmackDown only drafted 2 people. We drafted 6. That's smart. That's good drafting.
Good job, Pierce.
Here's our first rounder.
I'm glad to see them give Imperium the #1.
Yeah,
I
so
really am.
Rocky, let me explain this again. We are in a new era. This is the first draft where we have a legitimate GM for both shows. This is the first draft where we have, they're going to keep the shows separate. Like, these guys will no longer show up on SmackDown after May 6th.
Ever.
At all. Like, Damage Control, except for the Kabuki Warriors, won't show up on SmackDown after May 6th.
And again, Imperium is
And
down to 2
the
members.
Damage Control moved from SmackDown to Raw because they were a SmackDown group. So that's one move already. But all this draft really is solidifying the rosters and setting up so we get a proper Raw versus SmackDown moving forward as far as what's the best brand.
Destroyed Giovanni Vinci after they take the L. And we thought
This was a hell of a run. Like halfway up the ramp, all around. God, that was brutal.
the Giovanni Vinci.
I think it's the Renaissance era, or they call it the Paul Levesque era.
What's PLE? Paul Levesque era.
I think they were just disappointed with the Italian man. It's a new day.
Do you believe that Kaiser went out on his own and did this?
No.
Try to get in the good faith of Gunther? That's what a lot of people are saying.
I kind of like having that little podium there. That was the extra.
Aiden, I'm not going to miss this house one bit.
I'm not going to miss this one either.
This house is falling apart. I'm spending way too much money trying to renovate it. I have freaking window unit ACs because I can't get essential air in here. Nah, I'm not going to miss it at all.
Don't miss Ryan Gosling, Emily Blunt.
Story Era is a good name, too.
Only in theaters Friday. A great TV show back in the day.
And as Gosling
No, Fats, we're not moving together. We're moving at the same time, just in different areas. Trust me, I would love to get out of Florida too. It's
So
just I need to have a job.
moving plans will only affect Monday and Friday streams for about a week.
with the Rock in that one where they were on that
I've already contacted Xfinity.
great movie.
for internet and everything up there. I've already done a lot of my due diligence. It'll probably be a week where I can't stream.
Next week,
but that's about it.
WWE, the finals will take place in Jeddah,
I'm thinking so, League.
the last Saturday of May. Xavier Woods,
Currently, we're both in Florida. I'm leaving this godforsaken jockstrap of a state.
2021.
Florida is awful. I have lived here most of my life, and it is a shit show.
Gunther obviously lost to Sami Zayn.
If I ever want to talk to my parents, I'll give him a call, or we'll do something on like Hyper.
And it's an 8-hour drive. It's not that far.
Number one trend in the United
Right.
States. Obviously, that's WWE Raw. Patrick Mahomes is here.
Florida's cost of living is insanely expensive.
Why? Theme parks.
Xavier Woods and Gunther up over the
Michael,
top.
what does that have to do with anything?
And Woods has got Gunther all out of sorts in the early going. of
Florida
this
is a
matchup.
shithole no matter what you are.
And oh goodness, stopping Woods in his tracks just like that. The ring general.
Let's not make this political for no fucking reason whatsoever. That's just dumb.
When she carries.
How much does the average wrestler make? A hot dog and a handshake.
Yeah. First, I am beached out. I'm tired of beaches. I'm a mountain guy. I like cold weather. And people are not nice. I don't know what part of Florida you're living in, but people are not. I have lived here for nearly, what is it now? 35 years? Yeah. It is a shit show. It's America's sweaty, muggy, nasty, crab-infested jockstrap. The state sucks. I actually like gators. I would actually go gator hunting, but because gator is delicious.
Gator is delicious.
If I could, I would.
Gator.
Green guy. If I could, I would. State is awful. Ugh. And again, the cost of living in Florida is insane. Like, the average ground beef cost, like, not on sale, is over $6 per pound for 80/20 chuck. As an example. So, where I'm moving to in Chattanooga, they average $3 a pound. It's literally half the price. Just as a quick example.
Maggie,
Florida.
you can see Maggie backs us up.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do everything I can in the next year or two to get out of this hellhole mosquito infested.
Yeah, the mosquitoes, the heat. The one good thing that I would say that Florida has over a lot of other people is, of course, the theme parks. Like, I'm a huge Universal Studios fan. Huge. So I'm going to miss Universal. And I also love St. Augustine. Like, the oldest city in the country, the history behind it, all the paranormal stuff that goes on there. It's really cool. But it's also way too expensive to live there. We're currently in Central Florida.
He's about an hour and a half from Orlando. I'm about an hour from Orlando.
So I've not had any issue. I've always, like, every time of course, visiting is not the same as living there. I get it. And that's why we're not actually buying property there. We're going to rent for a year or two in Tennessee to make sure we like it there. But, like, my boy Kel lives in Tennessee. He's in Sparta, Tennessee, and he loves it there. And I was almost stationed in Tennessee before my retirement kicked in. I was going to be moving to Fort Campbell. So Tennessee has always been there. Yeah, and Chattanooga, I love Chattanooga. Every time I visited there. You know that, by the way, Chattanooga is where mini golf was invented. Like putt-putt. Chattanooga. So, yeah, I'm all that. So I'm definitely loving it. Oh, Plant City, yeah. Strawberry Festival country.
Oh, God, I hate that time of year.
Who trained me to become a wrestler? Roderick Strong, Buck Quartermain, and Steve Madison at the Steve Kern School of Hard Knocks.
I'm moving to Ohio, where I found a 2-bedroom apartment for what? 550 for a 2-bedroom a month.
Holy bejesus.
Ohio. That's where Dad was born.
In Gunther's corner.
Good Lord.
Gunther, the longest
I'm 42. Well, I'll be 42 in July. He just turned 46.
Before losing to Sami Zayn, who defends later on tonight against Bronson Reed. And Gunther has not been in a good mood since that loss.
You want to know something really funny about Florida? So we know that New York City is arguably the most expensive place for real estate. Like Manhattan real estate is insane. However, take the real estate side out of it, and just the cost of living in New York is far cheaper to live in Manhattan than it is to live in Florida. So let's say you were gifted a house in Florida and gifted we had a glitch. And then you were gifted an apartment in Manhattan, like right deep downtown Manhattan. You would save so much money staying in that apartment. That's insane.
Frying pan of a hand to the chest.
And Woods back to his feet, fighting back, and that's what he gets for it. Gunther is ticked off.
I want a chop fest for Gunther versus Olafemi.
Just listen to this.
Yeah, no Judgment Day draft just yet.
Just smack the soul out of Xavier Woods right in
I'd be more than happy to move South Carolina, Brian.
One of the most dangerous men in this sport today.
In the world.
I think it'd be interesting if Judgment Day gets drafted and Damian Priest has to stay.
Future Hall of Famer as a tag teamer.
That would be interesting.
I'd love to add the King of the Ring to his many accolades as he picks Xavier Woods up. Xavier,
Crap, you're not wrong. I would love to see that match too. Gunther versus Bryan Danielson.
It's a good move by Xavier Woods. He was eyeing the jaw and then kicked him in the midsection.
Gunther launches him out to the
No, Corbin is on SmackDown.
Xavier somehow
he was drafted after the show.
Yeah. If you guys, we've got a fan in our Discord. If you join our Discord, something like that, check it out. They've actually got a listing of all places everybody went in the main draft and the backstage draft.
Perfect WWE superstar.
I don't know if Damian betrays Judgment Day or Judgment Day betrays Damian.
That chop caught Gunther. And another one, a little bit of his own medicine. Woods now to the top rope. What a win this would be for Woods. Missile drop kick with authority. Covered by Woods for the win on Gunther, who kicks at it too.
Bad man, to get to our Discord, go to my Instagram, go to my bio, go to my Instagram, and then go to the link tree in my Instagram, and that's got the Discord in it. Favorite ice cream is banana pudding ice cream by Bluebell.
I'm right there with you.
Woods trying to lift Gunther up. Nice block by Gunther.
I don't think that's true at all about the McMahon trying to start a new company thing.
On his back,
I think that's just dirt sheets assuming that's why he's cashing out his money.
Still fighting though.
Something happened to their audio.
Right leg got caught up in the ropes.
Yeah, their audio, not ours.
Yeah, that's their audio.
Slip going for that.
And Gunther with Xavier Woods caught the ropes is assaulting Woods. Woods defenseless here. Gunther doesn't give a damn.
Eddie Arango's trying to get his leg out there, obviously.
And now the pointed attack.
Chopped his knee.
Right leg of
That's
Xavier
rude.
Woods.
Really?
Baron Corbin has been drafted to SmackDown. Baron Breaker went to Raw.
Yep.
Remember me.
Oh, nice, Geeky. That sounds good, actually. What brand is it?
What?
A cookies and coffee ice cream?
Ooh.
Have I met John Cena? I met him twice. Once when I worked a dark match, I met him in a locker room, and then once more at when they did tribute for the troops at my base. He did a signing at my DFACT, my dining facility. I got to meet and talk to him then. I think Baron Corbin's current character is exactly what he needs to be.
Yep.
This kind of amalgamation of lone wolf and you know, when they attempted the new wrestling god and it didn't work. Like, what he is now, this evolution that he has become is the best he's ever been.
Yep. I met Bray Wyatt and Bo Dallas at FCW. We spent an hour an hour after show, just sitting down talking like real people and geeking out about wrestling and stuff like that. He was an amazing guy.
Well, Green Guy, I didn't see him. I heard him. I couldn't see him, no. I do think we'll get a Mania in England sooner rather than later, probably in the next 2 or 3 years.
I'm thinking 43 is going to be in England.
Is John Cena nice? Absolutely. One of the nicest people I've ever met.
He is real. I mean, when you see his interviews and stuff like that, where he's a really nice, happy guy, you know, something like that, that's actually him. That's not, you know.
Which question, Jacob? So I guess it's going to be in Vegas next year. Again, we don't know for sure, but The Undertaker on one of his latest podcasts mentioned that it was going to be there. I have a ping on Discord.
Yeah, Zodia, WrestleMania in London, I think. Sorry. With AEW doing their PLE or pay-per-view in London, I think London saw what could happen, and they're gonna. And WWE was like, look, if they could do this, we could do this.
Hey, mods, make sure on first muting it's just a 5-minute mute and not a full live mute.
Random question, but would it be best to attend house shows, the weekly shows like Raw, etc., or a PLE? For your first show,
for
if you could go PLE, yeah, if you could PLE your first show, do it.
Honestly, actually, I would say no. It's like,
really,
and I'll explain why. I'll use this metaphor. My first ever NASCAR race I went to live, I was in a pit box with unlimited food and unlimited drink, and I was in the pits. I got to meet the drivers. I got to do all this stuff because it was a company thing. My uncle worked for Aaron's. I was able to go with him.
I mean, if you give Gunther a target,
the next race I went to, same thing. Then I went to a race where I sat in the regular stands, and it was just not at all the same. Start small. A house show's great. Raw and SmackDown is very good. So if you can get Raw or SmackDown, do that. Don't start with a PLE. Work your way up to a PLE.
Obviously putting all his force onto the right leg, and that injury now being exposed tonight by Gunther.
The rotator rubber or steel, both.
He hasn't been able to make it back to his feet.
It is a steel chain wrapped in rubber pudding.
Just body slammed him into the rope, so there's a little bit more force, not only on the back and neck, but also his knee.
You know, it's hard enough to face Gunther when you're 100%.
I would laugh, green guy, if Punk just goes to SmackDown.
It's nearly impossible to have any chance against this man.
Yeah, it's tough to be a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest.
And sorry to hear that, Goat.
Just targeting the knee, the leg of Xavier Woods. Precision offense by the ring general. And at some point, official Eddie Arango is going to have to see if Xavier Woods can continue.
Start thinking about the ligaments in there.
Kofi Kingston obviously showing concern for his partner, his friend.
Nice, Nicky.
He is obviously a part of
I think Backlash is this weekend, isn't it?
perfect execution for the attack from Gunther, but you're not staring down a real
Your event was Raw in Seattle. They're doing the Slammies. Right on.
here for the Xavier Woods.
Backlash is this Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern.
And again, Woods is helpless.
Maybe late, but I will get here as soon as I can.
Yeah. Also, something else I forgot to mention, and we'll go ahead and mention it now. Once we do get back up and running full speed, we will do a subathon.
And Gunther now, and Xavier Woods got the knees up. Could have done more damage to Woods' knees, but he bought himself some time.
The best seats you can afford. If you can only afford the up top, it's fine. Just get the best seats you can afford, and I mean truly afford, not like, oh, I can make this work, to where it doesn't hurt you at all. Just get the best seats you can afford.
Yes, Kate, I saw the whole Tony Khan NFL draft thing. If you're going to sell something, sell it right.
Yeah, especially a lot of the arenas they're going to now for Raw and SmackDown. Even the nosebleed seats are good seats.
Fingertips away, drags it back to the center of the ring. Look at the torque as Gunther sits him down now.
Like a damn Auntie Anne's pretzel in there. What's Kofi thinking? Give me a towel.
Yes, Interior Woods was in TNA. That's truth consequences. Consequences Creed.
Kofi was going to throw in the towel, but Xavier Woods said, I can do it. I can do it. And Woods looking to dig down deep.
Don't do it.
Last gasp of adrenaline here. Caught in the half crab. Trying to make it to the ropes. Is Woods going to be able to pull this off? He's almost there. Fingertip away. Gunther, though, turns it around. Woods fighting back. Drags Woods.
I don't think they'll ever split up New Day, to be honest.
No.
Elbows to the face. Oh, now Gunther.
Ooh, what an interesting STF.
Xavier Woods turned inside and out. And Woods had to
Wow, what an interesting STF.
Nice.
Yeah, it's gonna be a better show for you, Retro. It's a normal time for you.
He broke him in half, Cole. He did. He broke him in half.
It's a variation of John Cena's submission.
Kofi tried to save him.
That twisted arm thing adds so much torque.
It doesn't matter. The ring general destroys Woods here tonight.
I think they may pull the trigger and make him king of the ring.
I hope so. Are you talking about Gunther?
Yeah. Yeah. King of the Ring's at the end of May.
Are you feeling any added pressure being an early pick and heading into your World Heavyweight Championship match at Backlash?
I appreciate that, Kathy, but pressure?
I was basic wrestler. I wasn't extreme. Although I did work every Tuesday extreme because we didn't have a choice. But
being the #1 contender to the World Heavyweight Championship, man. No pressure, Kathy. Put it on my back. Watch me work at Backlash. Damian Priest about to catch this yeet down. Yeet.
I actually have one more question for you, Jay. Earlier tonight, Logan Paul had some...
Man. Hey, look. I'm glad we signed the Paul brother. I just wish it was a one with a winning record. Yeet.
Much, Jay.
I do believe they are.
Cena versus Batista.
That rivalry.
Yeah, it looks like Peacock is raising their prices again. But there is a fortunate side to this. When I do move, Xfinity, when I get Xfinity Internet, I get a year of Peacock Premium for free.
Ooh.
Now, it's not Premium Plus, which is what I normally have. But I can get the Peacock Premium and just deal with the commercials. No, Green Guy, Central will be 2 p.m. 1 p.m. is Eastern time. So Central will be 2 p.m. Oh, excuse me. I did not expect it to be that big. I apologize.
Tasty.
It does not have to be your last question. Ask as many questions as you can. If I can catch it, I will answer it. Are barricade seats worth it if I can afford it? At a house show, I would actually say they're more worth it than they are at a Raw show, to be honest. Like at a TV taping, it's better for the barricade seats for a house show because they interact with the crowd a lot more.
I mean, that's where Cody did the best man thing, right? It was a house show.
Oh, yeah, I said that wrong. Central will be noon. Thank you, Void. Central time will be noon, not 2. It'll be noon. Central will be noon. Eastern is 1, Mountain Time is 11, and Pacific Time is 10 a.m. What PLE was best that you watched live in the arena? We didn't go to this year's Rumble, but I went to the 2 previous Rumbles. Those were a lot of fun. And then I went to the WrestleMania in Tampa after the pandemic. That one was really interesting because, one, they didn't have much of a crowd. It was like a third of what you would normally have at a WrestleMania. That was still a lot of fun. I probably would pick WrestleMania over the 2 Rumbles I went to. The Rumbles I went to were fun, but they weren't as great as Rumbles can be. Although, getting to see the Rumble that Cody won first and seeing that 11-minute battle between him and Gunther was phenomenal.
Did
you do wrestling where you bleed or no?
Ludwig,
I have a couple times.
Yes, technically Ludwig was drafted number 1, but technically as Imperium.
Yeah. Central again will be noon on Saturday Central. Age restricted, an hour in. Huh, that's not bad. Austin Aries, I've worked with him a couple times. I've shared a locker room with him a couple times. He was very kind of standoffish. Not really a jerk, just kind of standoffish. Like, he didn't, like, if you talk to him, he was respectful, but he just was standoffish. Now, I've heard a lot of horror stories about the man. I've never witnessed him myself. I've shared I think I've done 3 or 4 shows with him. I never had any issues with the man, but if he's done even half the things he's accused of doing, I want nothing to do with him. I was the ace Vinny Lee. RTO, thanks for the follow on Twitch. You got yourself a dancing penguin.
At ringside tonight, I'm Michael Cole. He is Pat McAfee. It is wonderful to be in Kansas City, really a city of champions and a city of heroes. I want to take you back now to this past February, and this story begins with the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl, once again winning the title.
Yeah, going back to back.
No, I haven't seen that video, Gringa.
Obviously overwhelmed with emotion, becoming a world champion once again because his quarterback is the greatest.
We'll do our predictions on Friday once we get a solidified card 100%.
And of course, when you win the Super Bowl, you head downtown.
I don't think there was a QR code in that glitch.
Super Bowl parade. Fans from all over the area would show up, but the celebration turned into tragedy. 33 people.
Glitches on Discord. Thank you, Dominic.
1 person was killed. 22 others were shot.
Apparently, NXT isn't making picks. They're just having people get called up.
In the middle of tragedy, you can find some triumph. In the silver lining of this particular story,
Cody has not appeared today. I don't know if he will or not. We'll see.
Joey Borgonzi, who's been a lifelong WWE fan.
I don't think Finn interferes in the priest match.
Interesting spot on the team bus, which they ran to after the shooting began. He and Trey Smith, that man right there, entering his 4th year for the
no QR code in the glitch today.
Super Bowl champion discussed WWE and Trey
Cody
Smith
tweaked his shoulder a little bit in that match against Mello, but
in a moment of chaos,
he's supposedly going to be just fine.
Kansas City, welcome to Monday Night Raw.
And that was right before we came on the air tonight.
I don't know if Zilla is even going to get signed. Jacob is the only one rumored to be signed.
As well, from Kansas City Chiefs players Trey Smith, Creed Humphrey.
I think Jacob may debut at Backlash. No idea about Braun Strowman. He's rumored, but we'll see. We're only on round 2 of the draft today so far, so we'll see how it goes.
Children's Mercy here, local, Big Pop, and Paul Contreras and Trey Filter are 2 men that tackled one of
What's
the
up, Anonymous?
running by them. Heroes everywhere in the building tonight.
Please welcome the United States Champion, Logan Paul, and I Show Speed.
That guy's still alive?
Well, he arrived in the trunk, I believe.
of the Rolls Royce tonight.
I thought Randy Orton took him out.
I'm back.
He's still alive and well. I show Speed, obviously, dynamic. As is Logan Paul.
I hope he knows not to curse. I show Speed likes to curse a lot.
Kansas City.
Yeah.
So beautiful. Hey, real quick before we get started.
Draft picks are up in the Discord, I believe.
Special guest in the house tonight, Samantha Irvin. Why don't you do a nice intro for the best quarterback in the league, Patrick Mahomes?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome two-time NFL MVP, three-time Super Bowl champion, the starting quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes.
Speed would have to put on a lot of weight before they would even consider putting him in a full match. The dude weighs like 70 pounds soaking wet.
Well, if you watch
Like the new guy,
Javon Evans.
Remember his name. Javon Evans weighs 100 pounds more than he does.
With the first pick in the second round of the 2024 WWE Draft, we'll select the voice of the voiceless, CM Punk.
Love it.
All right, Punk staying on Raw.
Okay.
He could be a whole damn state if he wanted to.
Staying on Monday nights.
Speed is a streamer. He does streams.
Godspeed, CM Punk, as Adam Pearce.
JBL's the good luck charm. Good job, John.
Yeah, much better second night for Raw than first night, but here we go. With the next pick,
Roman cannot be drafted.
He's not valid.
I got his number. With the next pick, SmackDown selects the almighty Bobby Lashley, Montez Ford, Angelo Dawkins, and B-Fab the Pride.
That's a good pick for Friday Night SmackDown.
I was hoping we'd get them on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, I don't know if Jimmy's in the draft or not.
It's a missed opportunity for
No, he's not, because he's injured. And they officially called them the Pride now. This is official.
Yeah, it's official now. I like CM Punk on Raw because you got Drew McIntyre and you got Seth Rollins on Raw.
And with the next pick,
So much story potential.
Raw selects the monster of all monsters, Braun Strowman!
Strowman is back.
I'll give Speed a lot of credit. He's doing a good job.
The Raw locker room has been put on notice.
6'8", 385
Okay.
pounds. Monster.
Yeah,
McIntyre still can get drafted technically. We'll see how it goes.
And with the final pick of the second round, SmackDown
Well, McIntyre
selects
signed his new contract, so
Tiffany
yay.
Stratton.
That's awesome for Friday Night SmackDown. Now, Pat, we talked about this. This isn't a traditional draft. Sometimes you've got to keep who's already on your roster so you don't lose them to the other brand.
Yeah, I think that's what SmackDown was thinking. And what time does SmackDown start?
Tippy time?
8 o'clock Eastern. Cole.
Nonetheless, here is round number 2.
Good. Good.
You know who's still
Yeah,
on
so
the
nobody
board?
moved.
Who's that?
And again, I can understand how it feels like, well, why are we even doing this? This seems boring. But the reality is we have to lock in these rosters. We have to lock in these plans.
We should have been drafted.
And we need to get set up. Now, don't forget, this is only the second round tonight. There are 6 rounds tonight. 6. We got 4 more rounds to go.
Look, I came to Kansas City so I could make some draft picks. Maybe celebrate with Patrick Mahomes.
Kind of conflicted.
But look, I got here, and what happened? Now Jey Uso's running his mouth because I did what? I pointed out the truth. Hey, here's the truth. Here's the truth, stupid. Damian Priest will beat Jey Uso. And I'll tell you why. Because Jey made a mistake leaving the bloodline. Because Jey Uso is incapable of becoming a champion on his own. Something I have become a master at.
Logan has really fallen into this so well.
So look, Kansas City, let me give you a play-by-play what's gonna happen at Backlash this Saturday.
Yeah, you hear about people that have natural talent for different things and things like that. But this man is...
We're eating Logan.
I do think Logan will invite... I think him dropping the I have his phone number thing is... Logan, I think Punk will be on his podcast sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
Well, they just changed the rules for the Mike Tyson-Jake Paul fight, according to ESPN. It's a regular, legitimate boxing match, and the win will go on whoever... It'll go on your record. The win and the loss will go on somebody's record.
Yep.
No helmets, standard gloves, 8 2-minute round. You know, it's a standard. It's not an exhibition anymore. It is a standard fight. I think Mike Tyson is going to beat Jake Paul's ass.
We're done. Yeet. Logan Paul got predictions for Backlash. But Kansas City, I want to hear what you got to say.
I forgot when that fight. When is that fight happening? Do you remember when the Jake Paul?
I have no idea.
Y'all think Jey Uso could be world heavyweight champ? Y'all think
Never
Jey
was a big
Uso
Manny Pacquiao
should
fan,
knock the
especially
heat
when I
out of
found
Logan
out
Paul
some
for
other
running
stuff.
his damn mouth?
Like Batista had to get his Manny Pacquiao tattoo covered up.
Aren't they?
July 20th. Okay, cool.
What is this, Jay? You think you can out-yeet me? Hey, for all my low gangsters out there, buddy, I've been yeeting since 2017. Yeah, yeet! Little brother Jay try to roast me? You ain't good when you alone.
It's also
Jay.
Tyler's birthday, Green Guy. We got a couple
That's
July
why you got
20th
kicked out of
birthdays.
the bloodline. Because the difference between you and I, me and my bloodline, we tight.
What the hell are these
Your
dummies
boy,
doing?
thanks for the follow on Twitch. Get yourself a dancing
well.
penguin.
Jey Uso alone again. Couldn't fend for himself then, can't fend for himself now.
There's not, Mo. This is a commentary channel.
A little bit behind with both those brain cells
You have
you
to deal
still
with
have
it.
left in your head. Hey, Jay's vocabulary consists of 2 words. Yeet and oos. Shut up, stupid. Yeet.
Oh, and Jey Uso going right after Balor and JD McDonough. And Finn taking down Jay, and now the numbers game going to catch up to Jey Uso.
Well. Hey. Okay.
Oh, look at these two just jumping Jey Uso.
Kansas City. I got a little something you might like.
What the hell's he doing?
Yeah, he's putting on the Super Bowl rings like brass knuckles.
What are you doing?
Are they,
Why are you doing that, Pat?
Are they Super Bowl rings?
Why are you doing that?
Well, why am I asking you? But nonetheless,
Whoa, watch, that was close.
Logan Paul just put 3 Super Bowl rings on his hands. Going to use them like he uses brass knuckles. Oh no! That had to hurt with the size of that Klingon-like head. Logan Paul took out JD McDonough. Jey Uso's loving it. Logan Paul and Finn Balor can't believe it.
Jay complimenting the ring.
Well, Jay now takes down Finn, pounded away on Balor. Logan Paul trying to get in the mix now.
3 Super Bowl rings to the head of Jey Uso. Just like that dumb Jay thing. Braun Strowman.
Somebody in the chat called it.
And Logan Paul has seen a monster. Look at this big son of a bitch!
Monday Night Raw's Braun Strowman.
Jeez.
Hightailing it. Finn Balor going for a massive ride.
Oh, he held him.
I don't think Braun Strowman has ever looked that big.
A delayed choke slam! Are you kidding me? And now the champion of
What
the
is it?
United States
What is it with everyone coming back being jacked as hell?
of a monster!
Well, Braun said when he was coming back, he was going to bulk back up. Because he slimmed down last time, but he leaned down. But he said he was going to get back to his World's Strongest Man size when he was coming back.
Strowman is back.
Oh no. We don't need this. Patrick, we need you. Oh, okay, all right, the boys showing up for it. Come on, let us out. Let us out, big man.
Patrick Mahomes owes Jey
It's not often that
Well, I mean,
offensive and defensive linemen for the NFL look tiny next to somebody.
Yeah, seriously.
And Braun Bowman make both those men look like wide receivers. Jesus.
Yeah, but let's talk about Braun Strowman and the fact that he's back on Monday Night Raw, the monster of all monsters.
Braun Strowman's only been eating protein since the last time we saw him.
God
What a sequence.
damn.
First, Patrick Mahomes, I believe there are three Super Bowl rings that he just handed to Logan Paul. Now, normally,
A legit, like, pay-per-view level match between Braun Breaker and Braun Strowman is going to be insane.
It will, yes. No, Speed was smart and left.
Yeah, I think he's already in the car.
Chased his ass out of the arena. The monster's back, and he
Put
looks
that
like
name
he
to
ate
good
a
use.
monster.
Oh, Braun Breaker Strowman Iron Man match.
All right, Truth, you drive a hard bargain, my friend. But you're not going to regret it, all right? Let me just say on behalf of Alpha Academy, it's been a pleasure doing business with you.
My dog.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
True. Okay, yes.
Pierce just informed me that you negotiated some sort of World Tag Team title match tonight.
Oh, dog, I just did a deal with Gabriel. Good businessman. He said we do one now, and we get two later. One now, two later.
What?
Like a now later, the candy.
What?
Oh my God, I forgot about Annihilators.
Do you understand?
Are they even
we
still
are
around?
The WWE World
Yes,
Tag
yes, they
Team
are.
Champions. We could possibly be drafted to the NFL and be football players for the Kansas City Chiefs. That draft is over. I always wanted to do that.
Truth. You do know this is the WWE Draft and not the NFL Draft.
I do now. My bad. Who can I talk to?
I don't know. Pat Mahomes is here. You can talk to him.
The insurance guy? I can get a bundle on my house. Hey, bro, it's 2 for 1
I
all
love
day.
this man.
We on a roll. Let's keep rolling.
It's
I love Braun Strowman, but I think my beard beats his.
Really?
I think so too.
Really?
I don't know if Alexa Bliss is eligible or not. I don't remember seeing her on the thing.
Sammy learned, get them before they get you.
That had to feel so good.
Friday.
Yeah, Kurt Angle
That-
said that he thinks that Gable is doing the kind of Kurt Angle shtick better than Kurt Angle did. And Angle said that himself. He said he thinks that Gable is better than he was. Which I don't agree with that. I think that Kurt Angle was just this 1 in a million thing. Like, he just was beyond amazing. But I do think that Chad is very close.
In Kurt's defense, as we heard with Mr. Kennedy, You never think you're as good as the fans think you are.
Yeah.
Having said that, the amount of flowers that Kurt gave Gable
Oh
is
yeah,
amazing.
yeah. Royce, I would love that. I got to be honest, I fantasize about that. Like I kind of like us becoming the official watch along party for WWE kind of thing. So we're doing them from like the backstage area. I think that'd be cool. I'd be willing to travel. It's on their dime. I think that'd be great.
I would love to have this. Scrooge, good seeing you. Anyways, I would love to have
Thank
this
you,
as
Johnny.
a permanent job where I make enough money to where I could feed my family and pay bills and stuff like that, and not have to worry about anything.
Yeah, that would be great. Oh, another thing that's going to happen when we do the move, starting in June, is we do get sponsorship offers from Stream Elements a lot. They require your guys' interaction. Their games, some of them are like Factor food subscriptions, some of it's HelloFresh kind of stuff. We'll start doing more of that kind of stuff. We'll tie it into our subathons and we'll tie it into our other things. That'll help the channel grow immensely. And yeah, especially since it used to be that I would get offered like $150 to $200 for every sponsor, right? Like that's what we would get. But they would require the same thing that they're requiring now. Except now, instead of offering $200, they're offering like $2,000. So the sponsorships make a little bit more sense to do. So I do like Factor. My only issue with Factor is I'm a big fat man and those portion sizes don't really work for me. But the food's really good. Really good. I've had Factor before, and but also like HelloFresh, because I can tie HelloFresh into I can tie into the Geeky Kitchen and do it through there. I've not heard of Simmer. I'll have to look into that one, but they're not one of my potential sponsors. But that'd be something new.
Yeah, I mean, I think we'll do like polls on Discord and stuff like that and see what you guys be interested in, right? I mean, like we've got these offers. What would you guys be interested in?
Yeah, exactly. But the main reason I haven't started any of those sponsorships lately is because of trying to work out the whole housing situation and the move and everything, and it's kind of hard to because I got to do like extra streams for that and stuff as well as part of the whole thing. So.
Oh, forgot. Quick story. So I saw my friend that were sponsored by SeatGeek and stuff like that. I was telling them use your code, stuff like that, get $20 off the first use of it and stuff like that. And they got a concert they wanted to go to, and they got front row seats for $5.
Damn. Right on. So it depends on when, if I can get everything set up and we get moved in and I can set the subathon up for the King of the Ring, it'll be around King of the Ring. If not, it'll kind of be a random one, but we'll see.
Two-time WWE Hall of Famer Booker T, who's lending
Thank
his
you, 4x4.
expertise tonight as a special draft analyst. So, Book, tell me what you're thinking so far.
I mean, Jade Cargill, #1 pick for SmackDown. That's a game changer, right?
I don't know, Adam, especially with him having Braun come out and be just a lovely face like he used to be.
Judgment Day, as well as CM Punk. What a big break for Monday Night Raw. That right there, that's big. That's huge. What's up, Joe? How you doing?
Tell me, you didn't just say that. I think it's 2010, Book. You think the guy that's in one match they got injured in, that I injured him in, should be drafted ahead of the guy who literally won the world title at WrestleMania?
You talking about the title that you don't have around your waist right now?
Don't act like them. You're not like them. You saw
Booker
exactly
is
what happened.
definitely ripped still.
Do you know what happened? That's the question.
We're living in a backwards world here. I was there with you back in the day. I know how you really feel about Punk. You've changed, man.
Drew's obsessed with CM Punk. Booker, by the way, heads down to Orlando after the show tonight because he'll be calling all the action with Vic Joseph for NXT Spring Breakin' Night 2 right here on USA tomorrow night.
Booker does run a wrestling school, yes.
So this man, the former NXT
Yep. In
North
Texas.
American
In Texas.
champion. Now, he's listed at 330. Bronson told me earlier today he's actually weighing 350 pounds now.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall.
Sorry, guys. Braun Strowman versus Bronson Reed.
Introducing first, from Black Forest,
I want Braun Breaker versus Bronson Reed.
330 pounds.
Both those. I want both those matches.
Yeah.
I think he did get new ink,
We got to get that LDS up
especially
there.
since he just had a kid.
Big night for Bronson Reed.
He's at 350 pounds.
That's what he told me earlier today. Good luck, Sami Zayn, defending the Intercontinental title against this man.
I don't think it has, Jordan. Not that I can remember. I think Ilya will get drafted tonight.
Yeah, I think he's gonna get like.
We still have, like I said, we still have 4 rounds to go.
Yeah, I think Ilya's 4th round.
I could see him being next round.
I can see it too, but
Yes, this is a title match.
He is draft eligible tonight, Pat. If he could beat Sami Zayn and win the Intercontinental title, that ensures he stays on Monday Night Raw, and Sami Zayn would replace Bronson Reed in the draft pod later on
What do you
tonight.
think of Kiana?
Certainly matters.
Love the Kiana pick. I wasn't expecting it, but I love it. I think she's ready. I think she'll be a great addition to Raw.
One of the great upsets in WrestleMania history when he ended the 666-day reign.
Yeah, that was a good sign.
The longest Intercontinental champion ever in Gunther. Saw what Gunther did to Xavier Woods earlier tonight.
I want to see what Kiana can do without a Stooge on the main roster, and then maybe get a Stooge
And
later.
it's going to be tonight. He also said, Pat, that I'm sick of the idea that Sami Zayn is always the underdog. Bronson Reed called Sami Zayn the master manipulator with his conspiracy theories, always changing the way the stories
Raw Dog, I'm all
go
for
to
that.
suit himself, and Bronson Reed wants to end
The sign
that
says,
tonight with
my
Sami Zayn.
wife thinks I'm at work.
Man needs to motivate himself to become a champion. Is A-okay with me? Sammy thinks the world's working against him, and he's still champion.
Bronson Reed attacked Sami Zayn in the back last week. Sami
I don't know if Alexa Bliss is eligible for the draft or not. I don't remember seeing her on any of the
Waistlock by Sami Zayn,
images.
back into the corner by big Bronson Reed. Sammy turns it into a couple of chops. If you're Sami Zayn, how do you take out a man the size of Reed? Oh!
I mean, that's the thing right there about Big Bronson
I could definitely
Reed.
see Gable interrupting this match or attacking him after the
He's
match kind of
literally
thing.
a round ball of muscle. So when he hits you, you're going to feel it.
A lot of people are saying, are calling.
Thank you for the
him
gifts,
a
by the way, guys.
DQ.
Cardiovascular machine.
Everyone- a
It
lot
could
of
be
people saying
DQ. It could set up a triple threat for Backlash.
The deeper it gets, almost the stronger Big Bronson Reed gets. So I'm not sure. Sammy's just got to outskill him, and that's why he's our champion and has been in the past.
Yeah, the veteran instincts of Sami Zayn
Literally, he just got in
through tonight
he got in
against this powerhouse.
Sammy's
of a man.
face, and
Bronson
Sammy just
Reed.
gave him the match.
Man has been so impressive since arriving on the scene in WWE.
We've seen this man go off ladders before.
Lands on his feet as he's sent through the ropes. Sami Zayn now on the apron.
Good to see Sammy bring those moves
Using
back.
the top rope to his
Yeah.
advantage. Takes out Big Bronson Reed, and the Intercontinental Champion has taken control.
That was El Fantastico.
Spoiler, yes, Ricochet did win his
Not
speed
at
tournament.
all. And that's the thing
Yeah,
about
they
Sammy
already
Zayn.
filmed
So
it, but it'll air tomorrow officially. But yes, he won.
Somebody that everybody wants to see win.
Wednesday, not
Top
tomorrow.
rope, went for the
Tuesday.
crossbody, picked out of the air by Reed. Oh, that running power slam cover for the championship. Sammy's got to kick it too.
I mean, even look at that. That's a power slam, but
Oh, and a senton.
the agility by the big man is just otherworldly.
Is this big Bronson Reed's night? Can he win?
Pay-per-view to me is like something I'm so used to. I'm kind of impartial to both, but PLE like is just what it is now because we're not actually paying per view. We're, you know, they're just premium live events because they're all paid under one subscription fee. But I say pay-per-view a lot because it's just what I've been saying for the last 35 years.
Yeah. It's one of those things that's just ingrained in our heads, you know. I still say pay-per-view from time to time.
Yeah.
Best Raw stage.
Best Raw stage.
That's hard to. That's hard.
It's hard. Like I say, it's hard only because like I have a hard time remembering. Like I remember SmackDown stages because they were like they had the big fist and everything. The Raw ones I have a hard time remembering. No, the match for the IC title literally just started.
Yep. What happened now to Tony Khan? Oh, so Tony Khan got a TK driver, aka the Meltzer driver, aka a Spike Powerbomb from the
Power driver.
Yeah. Power
from the Young Bucks.
And he decided to go all out and try to sell it during the draft. Unfortunately, he wasn't selling it properly, and he was turning his neck around like nothing was wrong while the neck brace on. And still somehow managed to try to take a shot at WWE during the thing.
He made a really bad comment, a really awful comment that he shouldn't have made. He just needs to stop worrying about WWE. He really does. First ever show I went to was a SmackDown, I think in 97 or 98.
Mine was a Raw in
Which one do you like now? NXT Black and Gold or NXT Now? I love NXT Black and Gold, but the NXT we get today is the absolute best NXT. And it's the best it's the best wrestling show on television today. And yes, we will be showing NXT tomorrow night. Spring break in week 2.
Jacob, not only Beanie Bros tonight, we are also real bros. Oh, God. It's comments like that. I was born in 98. Oh.
I was 16.
Jesus.
I do think Lola wins. I have her winning the Underground match. It doesn't make any sense to have Natalya win it.
Yeah. Especially with Shayna Baszler behind her. Now Rhea. I like now Rhea better than... Don't get me wrong. I love the NXT Rhea. But now Rhea, she just got it.
There's no point in burying new talent on NXT for older talent.
Has been dominating throughout the commercial break.
I do believe the Hardy Boys are old. I think Matt Hardy just turned 50.
On Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, they're a little bit older than us, not by much.
Bronson Reed is draft eligible later tonight unless he wins the championship. Oh, and Sami Zayn fighting back now with a clothesline.
This might be a weird comment and stuff like that. But if I think they did a Raw Underground nowadays, have it like a YouTube exclusive or a Twitch exclusive and stuff like that, and did like a Lucha Underground type thing feel to it, I think it would work nowadays.
If they did it like NXT does the Underground matches, it would work. And not make it this spectacle and weird shit that they made it before.
Watch the elevation here. In the impact.
I've not seen enough out of TNA Nick Namus yet to make that declaration.
Slammed through the ring by Big Bronson Reed. There was questions on whether or not Sami believed in himself. Every win matters early in his title reign.
Bronson Reed. Oh my goodness! Good night, Sami.
Adam, that's an interesting idea.
Thought that was it.
And Bronson Reed showing a bit of frustration.
Y'all born in 98 make me feel old.
Drew has not been drafted yet. He'll probably get drafted this next round.
It's a sit-down power bomb using all 350 to throw Sammy's body around.
I think Rhea and Liv that we have now are the best that we have.
This is what Bronson does.
Reed with a shoulder tackle off the apron, right in
Who got drafted? Imperium. Raw.
By dozens of Hall of Famers over the years.
It's in our Discord.
Yeah, go to our Discord. It's an easy way to do it. I want Tiffany to win Queen of the Ring too. It might be a little early for that. If she doesn't win Queen of the Ring, I want her to win Money in the Bank. Because you can build Tiffany.
With a German suplex, just like he did.
Well, there's the DQ, guys.
Back in Montreal.
Yep, I'm an 82, man.
Assaulted Gable in the back.
I'm not going to pay for TNA right now. That's the only way to watch it.
Attack Sami Zayn, and I'm beating the hell out of Sami Zayn. Chad Gable said, "This is a different side of me. You're getting the real."
That's funny, Scrooge. I like that idea, actually.
Locked in. The Intercontinental Champion Sami Zayn being tortured.
That would be an interesting storyline.
Gable obsessed with the
So Bronson is not undefeated because he technically loses here. Unless they call it a no contest.
making yet another point here
Which
tonight.
they're probably going to
Gator
blame.
rolling while the ankle lock was in, and now
Tsunami!
That is a move I don't want to take.
Flattening the Intercontinental Champion. And now Chad Gable holding the championship that he's always wanted. And Bronson Reed saying, "Wait a minute, Gable. Oh, Death Valley driver." Reed upset over the fact that Gable interrupted his match for the Intercontinental title. Sammy's the champion.
Yeah, I think we might get a triple threat.
Gable and Bronson Reed looking to take the championship from him. Well, ladies and gentlemen, been quite the night here on Monday Night Raw. We understand that the next set of picks are in for the 2024 WWE Draft. Well, the draft kicked off this past Friday on Friday Night SmackDown, where we made one NXT superstar's dream come true.
Raw selects Kiana James.
We need more of this.
So apparently they're not telling the NXT people anything.
And I'm so proud of
So it's a
everything that I've
legitimate
done in
surprise.
NXT, but I'm ready to show Raw exactly why Kiana James is the 1%.
Congratulations to Kiana James, now part of Monday.
You want to see the
Night
draft
Raw.
picks? They are in our Discord.
WWE
Just
fans
go join our
in
Discord. They're there.
anticipation of the new movie, The Fall Guy. WWE has an exclusive behind-the-scenes look at how the filmmakers and stunt team.
Yeah, it really was a
break the
surprise pick.
Guinness World record while filming the movie. Check it out.
She's buckled in, stumps are ready. Godspeed, Cole.
The day that we shot the cannon roll was definitely one of the most tense days of my life.
The previous record for rolls out of a cannon roll was 7 rolls. We came up with this calculation that gave us 8.5 rolls.
Action!
Logan's good. I knew I did a lot of rolls. I had no idea how many, but I had a pretty good feeling that we did it.
Logan Holiday is being recognized by the Guinness World Record for most cannon rolls in a car.
Damn.
Did you mute?
No, I wanted to see that one.
PG-13.
Now I'm mute. I wanted to see that. I wanted to that. I'm a big
That's
film
fine.
buff. I'm a big film nut and film buff. I wanted to.
Yeah,
see
you
that.
are.
I thought that was really cool. I really wanted to see that. But...
Honestly, they should do more, like, if they're gonna draft more NXT people, have it feel like, you know, all the like when the NFL does their thing, they've got all those college guys sitting around on tables and stuff like that, and there's like the celebration from everything. Just do like that more often.
Yeah. If you were ever to wrestle in WWE, what era would you wrestle in? Honestly, this era. Like what we have right now is like I feel like it's going to be the best. Favorite film? It's kind of a hard choice, but it's kind of not. I always have one that I go to. That's Braveheart. I just think Braveheart was the best film ever made. Absolutely love it.
Clay, when do you think Joe Gacy will be called up? I can see him with Uncle Howdy. If Dijak gets drafted, I think we see Gacy get drafted too.
Possibly. Greatest wrestler of all time is Shawn Michaels. The Matrix movies are good. I actually have like I realized like when the sequels for Matrix came out, Reloaded and Revolution, or yeah, was that the third one? Was Matrix Revolution?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, when 2 and 3 came out, I was like, God, these suck. I've gone back and watched them. I watched them in preparation for Matrix 4 coming out, and I'm like, oh, these are actually really good. They're just more cerebral than what the first one was. And the first one was cerebral in a sense, but like they're much more cerebral films, and I really liked them upon a rewatch. And then I actually liked the fourth film. The most recent one that came out, I've watched it multiple times. I actually really enjoy it. Road to Perdition is a great film, and it was great seeing Tom Hanks in something that was not his norm. And he killed it.
D-Raz says, I feel like WWE should have a trade deadline thing like the NBA and leave the draft for NXT.
They do, May 6th.
No, that's when, I think what he's saying is, yeah, everyone's set in stone. That's where they are at May 6th and stuff like that. But if you want to make trades and stuff like that, you've got this long amount of time.
Yes, but that's why they don't lock them until May 6th, because they can do trades between tonight and May 6th.
Okay.
That's why they're not locking it in, because they could just lock it in tonight.
They could.
But they're not locking it in until May 6th because they can actually do trades. So
4x4, I'm right there with you. The original Beastmaster is up there.
I love that movie. I tried watching it the other day on Amazon, and it was like so hard to watch because they didn't. It's not like an HD remaster or anything. So it's the original quality. It's the 4x3 screen.
On Friday, June 14th and Saturday, June 15th. They're on sale now.
Police Academy 4 is a classic.
Please welcome WWE Hall
I did hear about that, Jacob. I don't know what I think about it.
Simmons and John Bradshaw Mayfield.
So no trade so far.
Yes.
That's a pay-per-view, King and Queen of the Ring is a PLE.
So great to see these guys. Had some great stories in the back earlier today.
I know you got great history with these men.
Depends on where you're at.
Legends.
But everywhere, every state has good wrestling schools.
With the first pick in the third round of the 2024 WWE Draft, Raw selects WWE Hall of Famer and deadbeat dad, Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee, Cruz del Toro, Joaquin Wilde, Zelina Vega, and Carlito, the LWO.
That was the one who attacked Dragon Lee.
Quite
interesting. WrestleMania match. And now he's drafted to Raw as part of the LWO. We don't even know where they stand.
All I know is Rey Mysterio's on.
That's very interesting.
Unlike what JBL said, I believe he was great there.
Yeah, we got Shawn Michaels kind of up there.
SmackDown selects Santos Escobar, Angel, Berto, Electro Lopez, Legado del Fantasma.
Okay.
So they're staying on SmackDown. That's good to separate them.
Finally gets away from this group that's been making their life miserable. Santos Escobar and company stay on.
So that's good. I like that.
A powerful group, no matter where you put them.
I wonder if Jamaica has any wrestling schools. I'm not sure, Corey.
Continue on SmackDown. Crush it.
And with the next pick.
Well, there goes that undrafted storyline.
Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre.
So McIntyre
Remember, you're ahead.
Stays on Monday Night Raw. Picked
Let's
now
look
in
at
the
guys.
third round tonight. Of course, CM Punk picked well before Drew McIntyre, and that is not set well with the Scottish Warrior.
Cannot believe we waited this long to draft.
I think
Drew
Carlito just goes
McIntyre.
off on his
I'm sure
own.
he's thinking the same
I don't think he goes with Judgment Day. I don't see Judgment Day adding new members.
And with the final pick of the third round, SmackDown selects Shinsuke Nakamura.
That's a loss for Monday Night Raw, but a great gain for the Blue Birds.
There's another move.
Nakamura heads over
I'm
to
good with
SmackDown.
this one. I'm actually very happy with this one.
Run on SmackDown before. He's looking to do the same thing yet again. And
Yes, Raw has Drew and
everybody knows
Sheamus.
and believes he will. Big draft pick for SmackDown. This is round 3 here of night 2 of the WWE Draft. LWO away from Legado del
Clay, I think
Fantasma.
SmackDown
Drew
will use
McIntyre.
Shinsuke.
Speaking of Mr. McIntyre, he was the world champion at WrestleMania for just over 5 minutes before CM Punk got involved and the Damian Priest cashed in to win
Yeah,
the
the Cody
championship.
Shinsuke beef can continue.
Yep.
The only sane and logical person left around here. In what world does Drew McIntyre get drafted in round 3?
Amen.
I think
There's
Sheamus
not one
already got
person in
drafted.
this arena
didn't he?
that could walk up to me, look me in the eye, and
Yeah,
tells me
yeah,
that makes
Friday
sense.
night.
I would call you a
Football.
liar. APA, have you had all of them drinking since Friday? I'm not joking. That's how stupid that is. You think that's cool? Anti-establishment to chant his name. He is the furthest thing from anti-establishment. He is now a corporate arse kisser. But Punk, congratulations, you finally achieved something since you came back to WWE. You hurt Drew McIntyre. At WrestleMania, when you attacked me from behind like a coward, you fractured my elbow. But unlike you, staying at home, kicking your feet up, collecting that paycheck, I came to work week after week. I tape it up, and I get on with it because I'm actually a real man.
Interesting. They're having some major audio issues.
Cut the music! Cut the music! Is it good to be alive on a Monday night
No cast,
in
no brace, no
Kansas
nothing.
City or what?
No brace.
I'm not sitting at
No.
home, Drew. I'm right here, you little bitch.
Is he going to walk up to that suite?
Come on, Ron. Come on.
I'm ready. I'm feeling so good. Yes.
What is this? What am I looking at?
The boys are just hyping me up for my match tonight. I mean, did you see me last week? 2 eliminations. I'm finally getting some momentum.
2 eliminations. I saw it. Yeah, that was impressive. That was great. Let me, can I see your championship? Can I see the title you won?
Well, I didn't win, but I was close.
No, you didn't win, did you? That means you lost. So what are you asking me to do? Celebrate mediocrity now? Is that what we do here, huh? You want a ribbon for participating? Is that what you want? It's pathetic. And as for you two, Otis, get it together, all right? Tozawa, I swear to God, if I see you do that dance tonight, now go out there and win me a freaking championship.
Hey, focus. You have a match tonight, okay?
Yeah.
Come on, let's go warm up.
I think they're going to turn on Gable. I think that they're going to keep them as faces, and they're going to turn on Gable eventually. They're going to get tired of his crap.
I can see Otis looking at Gable going, this isn't fun anymore.
Gable's great. I absolutely love Gable. He kills it, man. I just realized I gotta order some more beanies. I meant to do that earlier. I want to get some more colors.
Do we have any beanies on the merch shop?
I mean, we do, but they're not like. I prefer the thin slouch beanies like this, and they don't make those in our merch shop.
Ooh.
And they're
However,
embroider.
they do make this.
Yeah, they're embroider only, and we're limited on colors for embroidery, so like a lot of our stuff doesn't translate very well. So, and that's the thing, like maybe being in when you move, can you open a PO box? Yes, that is something else I plan on doing, Aiden. Thank you for reminding me. Maybe like moving up there, because even though Chattanooga is southern Tennessee, they do get snow occasionally. Like they don't have the hot summers like we have, so maybe their winters will be a little bit longer and a little bit cooler than what I'm used to, and it'll be something I can actually wear a regular beanie to more often. Mm-hmm. So maybe I will, but I mean it's the snow's rare, but it's more often in Florida. So right now I've only got on my slouch beanies, I've only got two. I've got a black one and a gray one. That's why I need to order some more colors. I've also got a Krispy Kreme one. I've got a Hoo Hoo one from Smosh. I've got a few others, but I can't wear them because they're hot.
I got new stuff. So I want to show you guys what I picked up the other day from 7-Eleven.
Peyton, man, I'm going to be spending so technically, Peyton, I'm going to be living in Fort Oglethorpe, Georgia. So, just shy of the border. But I'm going to be spending a lot of time in Chattanooga. First off, definitely getting the zoo membership. Love Chattanooga Zoo. And I'm going to go there a lot. Chattanooga is also the birthplace of mini golf as we know it today. So I'm going to do a lot of mini golf while I'm up there. We can definitely work something out. All right, Mecca. Do you do live gameplay? I might.
From time to time.
The Funkos were what, $11 at 7-Eleven?
Yep.
In southern Tennessee, I can see it rarely snowing, but like. So yeah, I'm technically not in Tennessee. If you want to be technical, my address will be Fort Oglethorpe, Georgia. But like, obviously, we're going to be spending a lot of time in Chattanooga.
Yeah.
So I also want to check out that aquarium there. I haven't been to that one yet, but I love aquariums. So
yeah, I'm jealous about that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm literally, I've already done the Google Maps. I'm 12 minutes, I'm 18 minutes from the zoo.
Tonight, Raw, night 2 of the WWE Draft. I'm Kathy Kelly.
Probably not, because I won't have Netflix at the time. I'm not getting Netflix till January.
Braun Breaker. Now, Braun, tell me your feelings on being drafted to Monday nights.
I think Adam Pearce knows that I am the best possible
my phone.
pick.
Right on, Aiden. That sounds
Monday
awesome.
Night Raw, because I'm here.
I'm not behind
to
you guys
take this
by a
place
lot.
over.
Oh yeah, we still have an hour and a half to go on Raw.
Are you sorry? Why'd you interrupt me?
Whoa there, Nelly. How about you save your breath to cool your porridge? I just came over here to tell you I'm a big fan, yeah? And this isn't just me just saying, or trying to figure out who the BMF is around here. This is me saying that you remind me of a young, hungry Sheamus. Yeah, having banger after banger after banger after...
Banger.
Yeah, McIntyre is losing it. He's obsessed in trying to find CM Punk, who's in a skybox here on Monday Night Raw. Candice LeRae, accompanied by Indy Hartwell, ready for action. Those two in the draft pool tonight.
I want to see Maxine win this match. I really think it's important she wins it.
Yeah. I think that'll push the storyline too.
Sheamus versus Breaker would be sick. Those two will just go off.
Which is certainly something, and not a lot of people like it, but Braun Breaker's a massive addition.
Oh, cannot wait to see him in action.
And her opponent, accompanied to the ring.
So I met him the day he was born, Prince Archie, and and he started doing this and asked me to help out.
I remember it vividly. No, I don't remember it all.
And he asked me to help out, so I've been doing it ever since.
Emily Blunt in The Fall Guy, only in theaters Friday.
That movie's gonna be good.
Oh, Peyton,
Just like
if you're
this
still in
match is
here,
about to be.
are there
Here
any
we
good
go.
movie theaters near that area?
What a performance in the
Like
Battle Royal for the
Eastern
Women's World
Chattanooga,
Championship last week for Maxine
Fort O
Dupree,
area.
who eliminated both Candice LeRae
There you are,
and
Peyton.
Indy Hartwell in that matchup. Chad Gable said, I'm not too impressed. You didn't bring home the championship. And
Do you know if it's a Regal or an AMC or anything like that? Because I currently have the Regal Unlimited Pass, but I'll get rid of it if I have to switch to AMC.
And Maxine Dupree taking it all out on Candice LeRae. And looking for a fisherman suplex.
Welcome back, Mecca.
And a kip up by Maxine.
Nice kip up. I love those slow kip ups like that.
Been in the lab. Okay. The Alpha Academy.
Straps down, and now that's a reverse caterpillar by Maxine. And an elbow drop to Candice, and Candice LeRae doesn't know what hit her.
An ode to Otis.
Yeah, CM Punk showed up. Drew McIntyre is currently looking for him.
With this performance tonight.
Absolutely. He's seeking perfection from everybody in the Alpha Academy.
And now an ankle lock. Right out of the book of Gable. Maxine Dupree with an ankle lock locked in. Candice LeRae's in trouble.
She's beating the hell out of this evil Candice LeRae. This is karma. It's the universe.
Drop it into a leg lock, Maxine. Come on, drop it into a leg lock.
Got the ankle lock locked in.
The wrestling gods.
Great fight it, great fight it, great fight it.
He was here earlier, JBL. Ivy Nile now trying to Oh, and Indy Hartwell sending Nile into the ring post. That slight
Okay, so she did cut her hair.
Candice LeRae to turn things
Who did?
around.
Maxine.
Yeah, she cut it a long time ago, actually.
Maxine just can't lose focus like that.
And look at LeRae.
Candice LeRae's going to take advantage of that opportunity every single time.
Candice used that in NXT. Called it the Wicked Stepmother. And Candice with the win.
Damn it. Wanted Maxine to get that win. She looked good, though.
Yeah.
She looked good.
Hey, great performance tonight by Maxine.
If it wasn't for the distraction.
If it wasn't for the Indy distraction.
Yeah, she lost focus for a second because of a distraction, and inevitably, Candice LeRae takes advantage. And that's what Candice LeRae's been doing as of late, so karma hasn't caught up just yet, I guess.
Candice LeRae, Indy Hartwell, Ivy Nile still eligible for night 2 of the WWE Draft, which continues here on Monday Night Raw. Just a little bit ago, we learned that Rey Mysterio, and there, of course, the next picks are in. You hear the tone. We learned earlier, LWO, Rey Mysterio and company coming to Monday Night Raw. Legado del Fantasma, Santos Escobar will stay on Friday Night SmackDown. The interesting thing
I don't think it was an L match. I think it was good. Maxine looked great. I just wish it would have better outcome, but you can't call a whole match an L match because of a bad income.
Dragon Lee, the evening before WrestleMania 40, Ray, what you're about to see, you're gonna find very interesting.
Pat, this was footage. Now, remember, Dragon Lee was supposed to team with Rey Mysterio.
Thank you, Peyton. I appreciate that.
Carlito in this video.
Yeah, they did pull the trigger on Indy going heel. I can kind of understand what they're doing, because like if Alpha Academy keeps losing, it's going to push them further away from Chad. But I want Maxine to get some more love, man. I really, really like Maxine. I think she's great.
LWO, who has just been drafted to Monday Night Raw. Now, Carlito has also been drafted to Monday Night Raw. So, Ray, I wanted to ask your opinion, how you're feeling about that after the betrayal.
Kathy, a lot of mixed emotions, but we're very excited to be here on Raw. As for Carlito, no sé por qué hizo lo que hizo. I don't know.
Thank you, Peyton. I appreciate it.
Did what he did, which means we still have some unfinished business.
Yeah, old geezer. Don't forget, Judgment Day runs Monday Night Raw. So welcome back to you and your little lollipop guild.
How you gonna be running Monday Night Raw when you haven't even been drafted? And wait a minute. What's that on your lip, Dirty Sanchez?
Oh, damn. Dropping a Dirty Sanchez?
Looks like he misses
He's had the mustache for a couple weeks now. I mean, Jacob, that's kind of a possibility, but I think it's very bad storytelling. It also makes Dragon Lee look really bad. Like, he should never be not confident in his abilities. Yes, Chad Gable interrupted the match, causing Bronson Reed to lose by disqualification. Jason is the older brother. 4 years and 4 months. Exactly. Is Iva versus Oba main eventing tomorrow? Possibly.
I don't know. I don't think it is.
I don't know if they've announced who's going to main event. Although they keep, in the commercials, they keep pushing the underground match. So that might be the main event.
Oh, they give it the time and the
it gives
freedom.
It the time, the freedom. You take the ropes off. Like, you can do a lot with it. Like the last one with Eddie Thorpe.
Mm-hmm. Which I loved, but Thorpe hasn't done anything since.
Yeah, he hasn't been back on TV since. I wonder if he actually got injured.
I mean, I haven't even seen him on Level Up either, so...
That's what I mean. Like, he hasn't done anything. So, yeah. It is kind of weird that Judgment Day hasn't been drafted. They're obviously doing something.
If I was part of creative, I would play it off as them going, okay, all this wants the Judgment Day on SmackDown, but Priest is the champion for Raw. How are we going to resolve this?
That's awesome, Craig. Thank you for that. It's a compliment.
Right, Berserker. He can't be drafted.
But the rest of Judgment Day can
be. Yeah. So
apparently Dominic's injury isn't going to be long-term now. It's going to be 6 to 8 weeks because he doesn't need surgery.
Good to hear. Good to hear. Irish Aces to SmackDown.
That's true, Johnny. They could do that. There's been some decent matches so far.
For as short it was that women's match we just had was actually really good.
I do not see Carlito joining Judgment Day. I don't see them adding anybody else to Judgment Day. The hell? I don't see them adding anybody to Judgment Day. Judgment Day is big enough as it is. They don't need anybody else.
Kind of one of the reasons why they got rid of Truth.
I mean, technically, Rhea can be drafted, but it seems they're kind of avoiding, like, some injury people, like Seth got drafted, but...
Well, Seth's not technically injured. He's taking time off to recuperate.
No, he's had surgery.
Whereas...
He just had surgery.
Me, so I didn't...
Live in Lyon, France on Friday with the kickoff show that is free to WWE fans.
Santos' team is on SmackDown.
10 a.m. Eastern, WWE social media channels, and of course on Peacock. Triple H, Cody Rhodes, AJ Styles among those who will be there.
Who's going to be hosting that thing, Cole?
Michael Cole.
In a Men's Warehouse suit. He's in the sweet section.
Where's Punk? Which one's he in? You don't know. You don't know. Nobody knows. You. This one. This one.
No, I don't think Seth comes back heel. I really don't.
Hold on to that, Drew. That's worth a lot of money.
Always one step.
She might get drafted. Rhea might get drafted if Judgment Day gets drafted.
Drew off the deep end. CM Punk, of course, drafted to Monday Night Raw earlier tonight, as was McIntyre.
Wonder if he'll be healthy for King of the Ring.
Punk was picked before Drew was.
Not for the tournament, but for a match.
McIntyre is not the world champion today is because of CM Punk.
I'd like to see him in the King of the Ring tournament and lose to Gunther, but...
Yeah, my only fear, you put him in a tournament, I don't want... He can't win it, man. He just can't... He needs to be putting people over, and I think that you could have him in a match against Drew at King of the Ring, where Drew loses because of his own hubris, giving Punk a win, but then when Drew gets the title back, he would lose. CM Punk would lose to Drew at, say, SummerSlam.
Folks, remember, this goes off in an hour and 8 minutes. We still have some time.
I love Kansas City and the people that inhabit it, so I don't want to waste your time like Drew McIntyre. So I'm going to try to do this in less time than the last time you were world champion, which means I got 5 minutes and 46 seconds. Pat, time me.
Yep, got it.
You start the clock?
This would normally be the part of the program where I ask you, do I have your attention now? But I can see clear as day, just like everybody else here. I've had your attention for quite some time. You're like an ex-girlfriend that I can't get rid of. And you say, I hurt your elbow? Good. You prayed for me to get injured. I did that to you. I thought you maybe got hurt just sitting on Twitter and tweeting because that's all you're good for. And that is why I was drafted before you. I'm not mad. I'm not out for revenge. You've given me purpose.
I think he might be cleared or getting ready to be cleared.
The reason, Drew McIntyre, I was drafted before you is simple wrestling.
I don't think he'll be ready. I don't think he'll have a match at Backlash.
Best in the world, in this ring, on this microphone, even at commentary. Nobody can touch me. No offense, Pat and Michael.
Minute 33 in.
Ruby, it's because of what injury she has.
Losers hope things happen. Losers pray for things to happen.
Yeah, they're going to take their time.
Make it
So I don't
happen.
think Backlash. I think maybe King of the Ring.
100%, I promise you.
So he's not officially cleared. He just said it.
Your life a living hell.
I think Punk already is making McIntyre's life a living hell.
Did that in 2 minutes tonight. It's great to have you here, CM Punk.
McIntyre cannot get CM Punk out of his head.
Corey, yes, there has been a blip.
Drew's dangerous. CM Punk's confident.
Like I said, if he's cleared by King of the Ring and they have a match, non-title match,
237 right now.
CM Punk can get the win, making Drew go even more crazy. But then at Clash at the Castle, Drew can get the title back. He can get the title back from Priest. At SummerSlam, they can do a title match between Drew and CM Punk. And then that's when CM Punk loses.
Round 4.
With the first pick in the 4th round of the 2024 WWE Draft, Raw selects
Okay.
Finn Balor, Dirty Dominic Mysterio, and J.D. McDonough, the Judgment Day.
Well, Damian Priest
Not Rhea.
on Monday Night Raw as our world
Not
champion,
Rhea,
and now he's
and not Priest.
But it's on Raw, so he's already on. Priest is already on Raw.
Right. But you would think that if he's still part of the group, they would still add him into there.
Well, because he's already drafted Raw, so they don't need to add him in. I'm not going to read that much into that. Because he's already there. Had they gone to SmackDown, I would have read into it.
Okay.
SmackDown selects the woman that could make
Naomi stays
any
on
room
SmackDown?
light up.
Shit, I'm ahead of you again.
Naomi, who finds herself in a triple threat for the WWE Women's Championship at Backlash with Bayley and Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah, so because they didn't leave Raw, I'm not going to read too much into the fact that Priest wasn't mentioned. Because he was already there.
With the next pick in the WWE Draft from...
Yeah, but her injury shouldn't keep her from being drafted because Seth had just had surgery and he got drafted.
Raw selects the Mad
Here we go.
What a great pick.
And he's going to Raw. Who else is on Raw? Gunther.
Champion. Standing next to the man who beat him for the title last week, Trick Williams. That's a great pick, Pat. HBK, Shawn Michaels.
Yes.
Ilya Dragunov.
So technically, we've had 3 NXTs: Carmella Hayes, Kiana James, and Dragunov. 2 Raw, 1 SmackDown.
Hell yeah.
What a wonderful pick. The Mad Dragon about to turn Raw on its head here on Monday nights.
Signature moves.
We've had a lot of brand changes, D. I mean, hell, we just had the LWO go to Raw.
Final pick of the 4th round, SmackDown selects Chelsea Green and Piper Niven.
Yeah, we had Baron Corbin go to SmackDown. That's technically an NXT one, too.
I'm sad to see these two go.
Yeah,
Here's another
right.
one.
You're right, you're right.
Friday nights, though.
Absolutely electric.
Here's another one. They were Raw. They just switched to SmackDown.
Doesn't wear the same outfit.
Now, that sucks because Samantha Irving will not be announcing Chelsea Green anymore. I don't think Mike Rome can do what Samantha does.
No, Jay, get some rest.
Great round for both Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown.
We could see Ilya join Imperium.
Come
Welcome to Monday Night
Or we could see a big feud between Gunther and Dragunov. Either way, I'm happy.
Yes.
I would love to hear him try too.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first,
Nope, we got 2 more rounds.
New Jersey,
An hour.
She was spitting some truth earlier tonight when she told Becky Lynch the only reason
Yeah, there's 6 rounds tonight, so we got 2 more rounds.
because I took out Rhea Ripley, injured her, made her vacate
Play, that's funny.
Well, you have to remember, Tiffany and Ludwig have been split since day one of her coming to the main roster. She talked about that in an interview, how it's been difficult with them being on separate brands, but they make it work.
Tonight is huge for that road to becoming
Step
champion.
mommy. Liv Morgan, aka Step Mommy.
This woman's final night on Monday Night Raw. The draft goes into effect next Monday. Nia Jax is headed to the blue brand.
and her opponent from San Diego, California, Nia Jax.
You know, it's been Friday
Zach,
night, it was
Cody
Tiffany
is a
Stratton,
champion with
Naomi in a
continues unable to be
big
drafted.
matchup.
He is part of SmackDown.
Bayley, the WWE Women's Champion, was on commentary when Nia Jax would come from out of nowhere and attack Bayley. Naomi would come to her friend's aid. Nia Jax made Naomi pay as well. And because of all this, we never had an ending to the matchup as Nia Jax continued her assault. And that leads us now to Tiffany, Naomi, and Bayley battling it out in a triple threat match this coming Saturday at Backlash in France.
It will be interesting to see Tiffany and Chelsea interact.
On the West Coast for the WWE Women's Championship.
The SmackDown roster got introduced to Nia Jax last week. Just call it for what it is.
Yeah, Nia Jax said that it'll only be a matter of time before she's the WWE
Tanner, that's hilarious. Liv and Rhea recreate the Eddie and Ray feud over Castillo Dom.
Came in through the crowd. Not scared for a little deception. Beats up Bayley. Throws Naomi.
It was down to Liv, Becky, and Nia Jax in the Battle Royal last week to determine the Women's World Champion.
I don't think she's going to be part of the bloodline. You gotta remember, not everybody has to join factions, guys.
To eliminate the irresistible force Nia Jax from that match.
Remember, Liv Morgan asked for this earlier tonight, basically.
Beal across the ring by Nia.
Yeah. You know what's going to be also interesting? Bayley, you make a great point. Adam Pearce is definitely happy Chelsea is gone. But Nick Aldis isn't going to put up with her shit either.
Good luck, Bayley.
That's going to be a very interesting dynamic.
WWE Women's title is coming Saturday. We have to face Nia Jax somewhere down the road.
#1 trend in the United States. Yeah, it's Nia Jax's last night on Raw.
Step up Enziguri by Liv Morgan. Back to her feet, trying to take Nia Jax off her feet, and does so with a drop kick to the knee. Now a basement drop kick takes Nia Jax down. Liv Morgan picking up momentum here. Drop kick
It'll
to the
always be at
spine of
night,
Jax.
Aiden.
Pretty cerebral attack here from Liv Morgan.
Yeah, Morgan
Fletcher wants to join the NXT faction.
You are part of the NXT, the TGN faction.
Backs into Nia Jax in the corner. Nia, though, with a
Y'all are all part of the 24 Karat Gold Gold Club members. Y'all even have a shirt in our merch store you can get.
Those 2 rolls were cute. Okay, let's not do it again. Timed it up perfectly. Laid her out.
And out dragging.
It seems like it might be Alejandro.
SmackDown's gonna have to deal with this.
Jacob, I don't think Naomi and Nia are related.
Nia Jax was
Even
looking
by
for the
in-law
annihilator.
status.
I don't see this draft as a waste of time at all.
Rights it back to her feet and right to the back of the knee.
Okay.
Nia Jax.
Yes, there's been a lot of people that have stayed on their shows. But as I mentioned before, we have not had a solidified Raw and SmackDown roster for years. Everybody's been jumping shows. There's only been one GM on both shows. Now we finally have 2 GMs. We're in a brand new era. Everything is different. We're solidifying the rosters, and Raw will be Raw. SmackDown will be SmackDown. They will be separate.
Morgan with look who's here. Pat, what time
Let's
is
look
it?
at it this way, folks. This
Hey,
is the
Tiffany.
end of Chapter 1.
Tiffany Stratton showed up to watch
Okay.
Nia Jax in action.
So
Nia, Liv,
we're
continue.
setting up for Chapter 2, which is a strong division between Raw and SmackDown and NXT.
Yeah.
So we need to solidify things. And yes, the writers are currently got ideas and stuff like that. So they need to have these certain people on their shows. I can't believe Chris Pratt is doing the voice for Garfield.
Yeah, it's weird to me too.
I was okay with him doing the voice of Mario. He did a pretty good job of it. But Garfield?
Yes,
KZ, I'm hoping for that too. Oh, so
yeah, we can go back to a SmackDown versus Raw Survivor Series style. Like we'll be able to like really have like brand wars again, and really like Adam Pearce is like, no, we're the top show. No, all this like we haven't been able to do that for years because it's just been like, yes, there are rosters, but everybody's just been going show to show to show. There's been these free agents and this stupid like thing like yeah, it's been those things. So like now we're finally locking in separated brands. People on Raw will stay on Raw. People on SmackDown will stay on SmackDown. We might even start getting like almost like branded pay-per-views again, maybe.
Possibly.
Like, maybe not like fully, but like where one pay-per-view gets like dominated by Raw matches and there's only like 1 or 2 SmackDown. And then the next one is mostly SmackDown matches. There's only 1 or 2 Raw. That kind of thing. You can do invasion angles as we get closer to WrestleMania and stuff like that. So there's a lot to build up to, and it gives you a year to build it. And yeah. So this draft has been amazing in that sense. Yes, there's not been a lot of surprises, but we have gotten people jumping shows. Like there's been more this week than there was on SmackDown. I think it's really working out.
I mean, think about War Games, Raw versus SmackDown, you know?
I didn't hear what he said, Beard, and I'd almost rather not. I already have my issues with him. Like, love him in the Guardians of the Galaxy films, don't get me wrong, and he is very funny, but he's already done some things that are kind of questionable, and that's only going to make it worse, and I don't.
By the way, Bearded Gaming, thank you very much for being a special needs education teacher. That takes a very special breed to do, and we appreciate you doing that for us.
Unfortunately, I never did get to meet Eddie. I wish I had.
I did. I met him at Chuck E. Cheese.
But yeah, I think like we need to not. It's similar to like how Rumbles people are like, oh, the Rumbles lately have been shit because there hasn't been that many surprises. That's not actually the point of the Rumble. And nor is this the point of the draft.
In control of Liv Morgan, and we invite WWE fans to catch all the record-breaking stunts in the Fall Guy, starring Ryan.
Johnny, remind me next commercial break. I'll share the story.
Friday.
I met Austin once.
You're a stunt guy. I've
met Chris Candido twice. I've never really talked to him more than a "how's it going? Appreciate what you do" kind of thing. An NXT invasion would be great.
It's like my thing. Rated PG-13.
Meanwhile, Liv Morgan
they didn't break up the Judgment Day. The Judgment Day got drafted to Raw.
Pressure on Liv. Right before the commercial break, that woman showed up. Tiffany Stratton from Friday Night SmackDown, who is looking on at Nia Jax, the newest member of the SmackDown roster. Stratton has a match with Naomi and Bayley.
I've met Rhino.
WWE Women's
But again, it was more like it was kind of an in the passing, appreciate what you do kind of thing. Never really talked to him.
Special start time.
Super nice when I met him for the 45 seconds I spoke to him. But.
Oh, and Liv Morgan with the drop kick driving Nia into the ring post. And now the Liv Morgan Revenge Tour going after Nia Jax.
Is swinging her head off the post.
Yeah, I would love that, Ryan.
Now look at the climb. The ropes.
She's throwing Nia around.
Nia Jax, though, bounces the back of Liv's head off the top turnbuckle into a Samoan drop. Cover by Jax for the win. Kick out by Morgan at 2.
I don't know how anybody kicks out of anything when Nia Jax delivers it.
So listen, as you take
I met Juventud once. And again, kind of in passing, he didn't really want to talk to anybody.
Now that you're an undefeated college football coach, congratulations.
I'm not going to say he was rude. He just didn't really want to talk to anyone.
Would you give as a coach to Liv Morgan right now?
I would say, hey, let's use that 10 count when we're outside of the ring. Let's start running laps around this place.
Oh!
That was actually at a WCW house show I went to.
Space from Nia Jax, and that's what Liv was able to generate right there.
And now Liv up to the second rope, stomp right to the spine.
Oh, and see, that is super lucky.
Can to keep Nia Jax down. Cover now. Trying to keep her away from the bottom rope, but Nia's still able to grab it to force the break.
Nia too savvy. Never going to be able to pin her whenever you're that close to the ropes.
SVV Jason, yes, Nia Jax is SmackDown.
That's why she's great, but Liv Morgan's
as
got
of
her
May
down.
6th. This is her last match on
That's
Raw.
two count. Liv's got to be very confident here during Tiffy time.
Indeed, Liv back to her feet, continues the attack on Nia Jax.
That's awesome, Beard.
That is amazing, Beard.
I've known Jericho for years. I haven't spoken to the man in a while, but I actually got to be assistant producer on his podcast a couple times back in 2015.
Looking for the Annihilator.
I got to do the Dean Malenko episode. That was awesome. Dean Malenko was amazing.
And look at Liv.
What's going on there now?
Great strategy.
She has no balance up there.
No way. There's no way. No way. She did it. Liv Morgan did it.
Oh, right on, Jungle Boy.
Who kicks out at 2.
I don't think they need to add a female to the bloodline. They don't need to add anybody to any factions right now.
Liv Morgan just power.
Have I met any ECW wrestlers? I met quite a few.
And meanwhile, look who showed up. Naomi, who faces Tiffany Stratton Saturday at Backlash along with Bayley. And Naomi is here.
She said, change your clocks. It ain't Tiffy time.
And Tiffany and Naomi beat the hell out of each other at ringside. Nia and Liv Morgan continue their match in the ring.
We're talking about Logan Paul. How Logan Paul gets it. Tiffany Stratton gets it.
Yeah, she is got a very long and very illustrious career ahead of her. It helps. It helps that she was trained by the one and only Kid Anderson, aka Mr. Kennedy.
Oh, codebreaker. Nia's in position for Oblivion. Cover by Liv. What a win by Morgan.
I don't like that there was like slight interference, like she was distracted, but still a good win for Liv.
Yeah.
Liv Morgan able to take advantage and pick up a major win.
NC asks, who's the biggest wrestler you've met?
Revenge tours for real. What a win over Nia Jax.
Titus O'Neil is really fucking big. I don't think who else. Kevin Nash, obviously very tall. Undertaker, very big. Big Show, of course. I don't see it. I always don't think of Big Show because he's a friend of mine. Like Paul's, like I was his waiter. That's how we met. I've known him for years. Like I don't think about him. I just think of him as Paul.
Congratulations to.
And so I always forget to bring him in. But yeah, Big Show would probably be the biggest.
This kid's on his way. He's going to do a hell of a job.
Well, thanks, Book. I love the insight. And excuse me, so. Adam, I know you've been stuck in the war room all day, but I was hoping you could provide some insight on how this draft is panning out for Monday Night Raw.
Oh, I feel great about it.
Yeah, Big Show goes for both of those, Beard.
Good wrinkles added in, but you know, sometimes it's the pick you don't make that sticks in your head.
I've met Samoa Joe multiple times. I've also met Loki. Loki's a scary individual. That man is intense 24/7.
And on that note,
even his handshakes are intense. You shake his hand, it's just like he's like. It's just like, God damn it, dude! Like, calm down. It's like
continues live next on Raw.
That man's entire life is just intense. Just ah.
What the hell are you doing here?
I bet that man pisses holes in his toilet. Like everything's intense. Like that dude is just intense. Like what you see in the ring, like what you like that scowl and that walk. That's just him. Everywhere he goes. That's just who he is. That dude is just...
Okay.
Whew.
So, I actually was hanging out with my girlfriend for the time at right out of high school. And we went to Chuck E. Cheese to go hang out, play games, and eat some pizzas. And it turns out that we went to the Chuck E. Cheese, and Eddie Guerrero, his daughter, Dom, his oldest daughter, who's a professional wrestler, Dom and his youngest daughter and wife were all hanging out and they're just enjoying some time off in the Tampa St. Pete area at Chuck E. Cheese. So, as we have been taught, both of us have been taught, you don't gush over a person. You just go up, say, thank you very much for what you do. I appreciate it, and you move on. If they want to continue holding conversation, that's a different story. But we have been taught to respect them for what they do,
because they're
don't
people.
fangirl.
Yeah, they're people, especially like in a place like Chuck E. Cheese where there's food and everything. They got the kids there.
Yeah.
Now, by the way, Eddie's oldest daughter, who is a wrestler, is married to Aiden English.
Yes.
So that's pretty cool too. But
that is cool.
Yeah, you just learn learn to work with these things. Like, and I the same thing happened. So I actually, do you guys remember Kid? You guys remember Kid Romeo from WCW? I have a really funny Kid Romeo story. So in one of the last years of this was like 2002. So in 2002, I was just finishing up at Full Sail University, getting my film degree, and we all got hired to be casting agents for Fear Factor. And they were doing a casting in Orlando. So we went down there and I ended up being head casting agent. So I was at the front of the line, checking everything and whatnot. As we got towards the end of the day, the line was still all the way out of City Walk. Massive line. We knew we were gonna have to cut people off. We have about 30 minutes left, and up walks Kid Romeo, just skipping the entire line and goes to the front. He's like, "Hey, I'm here to try out for Fear Factor." And I'm like, "Okay, well, the start of the line is way back there. Just follow this line of people." I, of course, knew who he was. But the fact that this man pulled out a Pro Wrestling Illustrated magazine to show who he was, he's like, "Oh, but I don't wait in line. I'm Kid Romeo. I'm already famous." And he flips a magazine and it shows how he got Cruiserweight of the Year or some shit one year. And so I knew who he was, but I also know he was being a dick. So I was like, he's like, do you know wrestling? I'm like, "Oh, I love wrestling." So do you watch WCW? I'm like, "Oh, yeah. I love WCW. Rey Mysterio is my favorite."
Tonight for Monday
He wasn't.
Raw,
I just said that knowing they had a feud. He's like, "Well, look, this is me. I'm Kid Romeo. You should know who I am." I'm like, "No, sorry. I've never heard of you." "Sorry, dude." He's like, "How do you never heard of me?" I'm like, I watch every week. I've never heard of you. Sorry. Are you on the pre-show? Do you wrestle dark matches? He got so pissed. And I was like, "Sorry, dude. The start of the line's back there, and we've only got 30 minutes left, so you're probably not going to make it." And he just walked off in a huff. It was hilarious. That was Kid Romeo.
Yeah, real quick. Yes, Dom is Eddie's kid, but Dom was hanging out with Eddie and his kids.
Dom is Ray's kid.
Dom is Ray's kid, yes. Sorry.
You said Dom is Eddie's kid. Dom is Ray's kid.
No, Dom is
So Liv
Ray's
Morgan
kid.
won.
Exodus, you're not wrong. And no, Jinder Mahal is not going to AEW.
I just don't think he will. I don't think there's... I think Tony might have burned that bridge already. I mean, then again, if they offer him a good deal, he might take it.
Look, if they offer him a good deal, go for it. I hope he does great and stuff like that. I can see him doing that whole, that whole invading, like, we're taking over from the Jacksons thing.
So I've never played FNAF, but I'm very deep into FNAF lore thanks to Matt Pat, and I love the movie.
The movie was amazing.
That was the Piero Panastrator.
Glitch.
It was okay.
Please welcome WWE Hall of Famers, Bubba Ray.
Star Child, you're absolutely correct. Never say never when it comes to professional wrestling.
You're supposed to say,
"Oh, get the tables." Sorry. I thought we were doing introductions here. I was going to scream the whole "get the tables."
I missed the glitch, damn it.
As soon as I saw the table, but once
Anybody caught that glitch, make sure you post it in Discord.
Just like
Yep.
these two are.
not yet. I do have merch though.
That is why. Available
Michael
now
Cole has merch?
at
What?
www.shop.com.
Who? What?
Michael Cole has merch?
Of the WWE Draft.
Host the Busted Open.
Michael Cole has merch. I'm buying a shirt.
One of the biggest shows on earth right now. Living good.
Kansas City!
Holy shit, Michael Cole has merch.
What is it?
He's got 2 shirts.
Coal miner shirt and
He's got Michael Cole, the voice of WWE. And then he's got another voice of WWE with his picture on it.
1, 2, 3. Oh, my brother! Testify!
Oh, I kind of want to buy one.
All right. With the first pick in the 5th round of the 2024 WWE Draft, Raw selects Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, the New Day.
That's good. New Day stays on Monday nights, Pat. One of the most decorated tag teams of all time. Dudley Boys know something about the New Day.
Absolutely. Talking Hall of Fame tag team.
How Xavier Woods is feeling after the Gunther attack tonight.
With the next pick for SmackDown
Thank you, Jacob.
selection will be Elton Prince, Kent Wilson, Pretty Deadly.
Pretty good pick for Friday Night SmackDown.
Pretty Deadly needs to win the tag team titles.
I want them to win it so bad. I hope she gets used correctly, Ant, because Camille's great.
With the next pick in the WWE Draft from NXT.
Oh.
Raw selects Lyra Valkyria.
Oh, I love this.
Kristen, you were a little early. You were a little early.
That's why she didn't win.
Yeah. They decided to switch it.
What a moment.
She deserves it.
And we can get Becky Lynch and her either together or feuding.
Oh, yes. The matches.
Committing their whole life for this moment.
Former NXT Women's Champion.
So Roxy can't be drafted because she's champion.
Defeated Becky Lynch to win that
Yeah.
championship. What a steal for Monday Night Raw. Really a massive pick for the Red Brand.
And with the final pick.
Oh,
of
she
the
can
5th
feud with damage
round,
control.
SmackDown selects
Ooh.
Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell.
Well, good. Nick Aldis and company can
So
take
Candice
that
LeRae and Indy Hartwell moving from Raw to SmackDown.
It's been working for them as of late, but
All right.
they've been making some decisions that everybody's questioning from a moral
Ben, that's.
Yeah, well, they're over on Friday night
You got a
now.
point there. I do hope she'll find a way to connect with the Raw audience.
I think she will.
Round 5. Tell you, New Day staying on Raw, and I love the
If
Lyra
Pretty Deadly wins the
Valkyria
tag team
pick.
titles, you
Big
realize
fan
they're a
of
triple
hers.
crown.
We'll see what she can
Tag
accomplish
team
here on
winners.
Monday nights.
And I think technically the only team that's able to do it.
I don't know. Hold on.
I'm pretty sure they're the only team that can say they won NXT UK, NXT, and then a main roster title.
I'm looking it up right now.
You can get with this or you can get with that. The awesome truth. This is where it's at. What's up? What's up?
SmackDown got Carmelo Hayes.
The awesome truth.
Tag team championship match.
Gallus can do it.
This really nailed them.
You ready?
Oh, yeah, Gallus could do it. Well, you draft Gallus to Raw. Have Pretty Deadly win the SmackDown ones. Have Gallus win the Raw ones. Let's go triple
Technically,
threat.
if if Brooks and Jensen get back together, Brooks Jensen and Josh Briggs get back together and get a tag team, they could do it too.
Yeah, I don't see them getting back together though.
I don't either. I don't know what's going on with Josh, but Brooks is just.
Well, Ron, don't forget SmackDown got Mello from NXT.
Yeah.
Tajiri and William Regal were just the best. That was so much fun.
And Regal's had interviews where he's talked about that tag team, and he said it was absolute fun.
Big E has said that he's probably not going to wrestle ever again. His last doctor's appointment did not go well. I love the new tag titles, both of them. I like the Raw and the SmackDown tag titles. They look great.
Yeah. What were the off-air picks? If you serial number void, if you check our Discord, you'll be able to find the whole list of them.
And that's your prerogative, Johnny. I happen to love them. I think they're great. I think they complement the world heavyweight title very well. They're not identical. They're different Griffins and whatnot, and they face different ways and all that. But
so Baron Corbin did get drafted off air, so that is another technically another NXT.
That's true too. Yeah, another NXT call up was Baron Corbin to SmackDown.
Goat, my favorite color is blue. I am a huge fan of blue.
Mine is green. From what I understand with Cody Rhodes, yes, he did injure his shoulder, but it's more of just a tweak and he'll be fine.
Yeah.
There will be off-air picks, just like there was for SmackDown. There will be some off-air picks as well. Baron Corbin needed a change, and he needed to revamp himself, and NXT was the best place for him to do that.
And I think it worked. I honestly think it worked. I think this character is going to connect with the crowd a lot better than anything else he's done. Don't get me wrong, I really liked Sad Corbin. But
have I met Jeff Hardy? A couple times.
Who would win in a fight, or Jason? You say that.
Well, I'm the one with all the fight training and experience, as well as I fight dirty, and I'll just punch you in the nuts over and over again. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand. Like, if you have a no DQ match, right? A street fight, no holds bar, a hell in a cell, whatever it is. As soon as that bell rings, I'm kicking you in the nuts. And then I'm going to stomp you in the nuts 30 times before I pin you. Like, that's all I'm doing. The match is over in 30 seconds. I'm just going to crush your nuts and then move on.
R-Truth Miz, the tag team champions.
I don't understand why they don't do that. Just
Otis of the Alpha Academy.
Just right in the tank. Just like Randy Savage. Yes, we met Randy a lot of times as young kids because being in Tampa, and my dad knew Hogan, so like we would run into those guys all the time.
Tag team champions were forbidden from being drafted away.
I also met Randy at his TNA appearance because I was working security that night, but he didn't talk to nobody because the man showed up super late.
Tozawa was just turned inside out.
Super late. Have I met Willow? No. The Jeff Hardy I met a couple times. I met him. He was. I don't want to say he was on the influence of anything. He just didn't seem right. I'll just say that. I've met Justin Credible multiple times. Justin did a lot of indie work in Florida at the time I was on the indies.
Do the reverse caterpillar earlier tonight. I believe Otis is about.
Yes, this is a championship match. I do think Alpha Academy will turn on Chad Gable.
Chad Gable didn't say anything to Otis about that.
Met Rob Van Dam a few times.
Look at the explosion.
Boom! Big elbow. Tag made. Tozawa now legal. Tozawa and Otis an opportunity to try to.
I've never met Nick Gage. However, I have met the GCW ring announcer, the guy who's well known for that amazing entrance for Nick Gage. I met him I met him in Texas last year, but I've never met Nick Gage.
Nice deep arm drag to Miz.
I've met Abyss, Chris Parker. I've met him multiple times. Nicest one I've ever met. There's a lot of nice ones, but John Cena is definitely up there. Also, I've got many that I consider friends, like friend of the show, Ken Anderson. I think Ken's an amazing person. Him and I talk as often as we can. Love Ken to death. Super sweet human being. So, I've never met Shawn Michaels, and that bothers me to this day. I have met John Cena twice. I've met Triple H. I have a really bad story about Rey Mysterio, but I think he was just a bad night for him.
I can't believe that we fell to the 4th round. What is that?
You're surprised that you fell to the 4th round? Guys, week after week, you've gotten involved in my business, tried to help me, and you failed miserably because you didn't talk to me about it. Look, when it comes to Jey Uso...
Oh, I have great Taker story. I met Taker. I've been in the ring with Taker.
Cool? Got it? JD?
It's talking to me?
Whereby? This is what I'm talking about, guys. Look, wow. Tonight, let's stick to the plan and get this done. Yeah.
It's always so bright.
Damn.
He did give me the old school.
It's killing me. You're good.
I met Santino. So Santino was also, when they did that signing at my dining facility in the Army for tribute for the troops, it was Titus O'Neil and Darian Young, Caitlyn, Santino Marella, and John Cena.
JD got punched in the face by Logan Paul with the.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was makeup. At least I hope it was, because god damn, if that wasn't makeup. That's gonna be out to here by tomorrow.
Which means he's got the Funko Pop head for sure.
So I have met the Undertaker. Got to be in the ring with the Undertaker. That was really awesome. So Ray, at that same show where I met Juventud, it was a house show for WCW. My dad was working security at the Ice Palace at the time in Tampa. And at the end of this, my friend and I, Carl, were hanging out. We're just, we met a couple different wrestlers. It was really cool. The final one we met was Conan and Ray. They were coming out. This was during his Filthy Animals era. And we just walked up. And again, we weren't asking for pictures. We weren't asking for autographs. We just wanted to go up and shake their hands, tell them they had a good show, thank them for entertaining us. We walk up and we hey guys, so sorry to bother you, but I want to say great show. Thank you for entertaining us. And we just put our hands out to shake. And Ray started cussing us the fuck out. Like, he went off. To the point where Conan had to grab him by the chest and say, dude, what are you doing? These are your fans. And Ray just, shrugged him off and then just walked off. And Conan's like, I'm so sorry. Thank you guys for enjoying the show. I apologize. But we appreciate you as fans. And then he walked off to go catch up with Ray.
Yep.
So, yeah, apparently Ray was having a really bad day. Because every other person I've talked to who's met Ray or knows Ray says that that's so out of character for him. So,
but Conan has confirmed that story on his podcast 100%.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, he confirmed that story. He didn't say you exactly. He said,
well, obviously he doesn't know who I am. Yeah, he doesn't know who I am.
Right.
I had another bad experience with Billy Gunn, and I posted a TikTok about it, and his wife reached out to me. Explained that was during his really pill addicted phase and he was drinking a lot. But both his wife and Billy Gunn himself have apologized to me. And I greatly accept that apology, and it was very big of him to do that. He could have just ignored it and just moved on. Because I wasn't like, oh, he's such an ass. I wasn't really I just look, he was a dick, and we were doing this show. He was Kip James at the time. And we were doing this indie show, and he was just kind of being like an egotist and that kind of thing. But yeah, it was really cool of him to reach out, to reach out to me on TikTok. And this is, of course, I had no followers at the time. That video didn't get any views. It was, but. Because Ryback is an attention-seeking whore who just wants clout.
Yep.
Congratulations on your win. And congratulations, because you've got your title shot.
I was the ace, Vinny Lee. Paige is on AEW.
I met her too.
Hey.
Guess we'll be seeing you on Mondays now, right?
What are you doing?
Come on, girls.
Touch my title? Don't touch my title.
They'll touch her
Please
title.
welcome the general managers of Raw and SmackDown, Adam
So yeah, I've met Paige, aka Soraya, when she was in FCW.
Pierce clapping for
Playing
himself.
chess with you, Nick. What do you say we take this thing home? With the first pick in the final round of the 2024 WWE Draft, Raw selects Karrion Kross, Scarlett, Akam, Razor, and
Final Testament moving to Raw.
the final
Okay.
Testament.
Oh boy, things just changed
Okay.
on Monday.
Interesting.
The
Very.
final testament is here. Karrion Kross promised time.
You want to turn all of Judgment Day faces? Here's how you do it.
With the second pick of the final round, SmackDown selects Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano
DIY moving from Raw to SmackDown.
Okay.
Ciampa and Gargano heading over to Friday night.
And they tease that Tommaso Ciampa might be turning heel.
Well, they were getting a bit
Yeah.
frustrated over here on Mondays, not able to win the big one. Perhaps they can do it over on Friday night.
And with the third pick in the final round, Raw selects Big Bronson Reed.
I like the fact that Bronson Reed
Bronson Reed staying on Raw. Okay.
Cannot be happy
Okay.
about this,
Okay.
but Big Bronson
Yeah,
Reed
you can have DIY take the belt off Theory and Waller.
Earlier with the Intercontinental title
Very
high
easily.
over his head. Is that looming now that he's staying on Raw?
And with the final pick of the final round from NXT,
Ooh, another NXT pick.
SmackDown selects Blair Davenport.
Whoa.
Okay.
All right. Did not see that coming, but I love it.
Yeah, I'm good for this.
I love it. I love it.
And one of two NXT SmackDown call-ups. Yeah, Crafty, no Dijak call-ups. But remember, there are some offline stuff still to go. So
Yeah, the rest of the roster will get solidified.
Blair Davenport from England joins the blue brand and what has been a very historic, very successful.
I think that's a good pick.
Monday Night Raw and Friday
I think that's a
very
really good pick.
yeah.
Round 6.
That's a gothic charisma.
Dude, you're right. There are a lot of female call-ups.
Blair Davenport.
Yeah, Lyra got drafted to Raw last round.
Draft. It wraps up tonight on television. Remember,
Hard not to have a lot of female call-ups when NXT has the best women's division in all of wrestling.
on our WWE
Seriously.
social media channels throughout the night.
We're up again.
Yeah. The man who was the #1 draft pick overall kicked off the draft for Monday Night Raw this past Friday night on SmackDown. None other than main event Jey Uso. Pat is yeeting away with
We're doing it's a 6-man tag.
Kansas City.
This is multiple yeets in one.
Today's the last one, but they'll do some other. They'll do like some supplemental picks after the show goes off air. Those will be on Twitter or on Instagram.
Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. They said most of their social media is going to have those.
And they said you didn't have stamina.
We don't know. Jimmy could still get drafted to Raw. We'll have to wait and see.
That's what I'm saying. It hasn't happened in years.
Yes, we believe in Joe Henry here.
Jey Uso teams with Ricochet and Andrade against the Judgment Day. It's live and it's next on Monday Night Raw.
Oh, you got to meet Bam Bam? That's awesome.
Dude.
Oh, have you met? I thought you were saying you met him. So Billy Kidman and I were friends for years. I actually met him
the night before.
This is back when him and Tori Wilson were married. I met them bowling. My ex-wife used to, or actually technically still is, a manager at a bowling alley. She called me up and said, hey, I think there's some wrestlers here. Why don't you come down? It was Chris Jericho, Billy Kidman, and Tori Wilson. That's when I first met Jericho, and I first met Billy Kidman, and I met Tori Wilson. Which, by the way, Tori Wilson in person, holy shit. The woman had no makeup on, and it was like the sun was constantly shining on her, even though she was inside a building. Like, her presence was insane. And Billy Kidman was awesome. Wonderful dude. Love him. He's actually my favorite cruiserweight of all time, even before I knew him. So I met him, became friends with him. Unfortunately, haven't spoken to him in a few years. I met Sting. Actually, I met Sting at TNA of all places. I was there when he came in to TNA. Awesome dude. Awesome dude. So cool. Greatest technical wrestler you've been in the ring with. Ooh.
While he thinks about that, Retro SmackDown starts at 8 p.m. Eastern. It is currently 10:41 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right now for us, so do your math.
Honestly, like, there's a lot of indie guys that I wrestled that are just amazing tacticians that never got anywhere, unfortunately. I'm trying to think of somebody, like, I'm trying to think of, like, somebody that you guys would know that I've worked with. I worked a show with Bryan Danielson. I worked a few shows with Bryan Danielson, but I never got to wrestle him. Wonderful human being, by the way. One of the nicest people ever. And the fittest vegan I've ever met. I was trying to think if there's anybody that I've worked with. Well, I mean, AJ Styles, if you consider him a tactician, which you should. I've wrestled him in a dark match. P.D. Williams, another great one. Christopher Daniel, another great one. So those guys. I actually worked a show with Brody Lee. I didn't know it was Brody Lee, and I found out later when I was recapping a story with somebody who was there. It's a very funny story. I'll try and tell it real quick before the commercial is over. I had a dark match with TNA with Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels. So we worked a show. It was called Elite Wrestling Entertainment, and the whole point of it was run by my school. Buck Quartermain ran the whole thing, and the whole point was like a throwback to like 80s styles over the top gimmicks. So like, you know, Duke the Dumpster Drozy, Repo Man, that kind of thing. So we were doing a show, and there was a guy named David. Why can't I think? He has a great school in Tampa now. Cool dude. I don't know why I can't think of his last name. But he was playing this like mad scientist character. But he had a really big ego back then, and he's like, he was in the main event against this guy that was doing a Bruiser Brody character. And he's like, I'm not going under. And they're like, no, we brought this guy in. We're paying him big money. He's a friend of mine. He's going over. Dave's like, no, I'm not doing it. He's like, okay, that's fine. Just go out there. They told Brody Lee, you know what to do. Brody Lee goes out there and beats the ever-loving shit out of David. And I mean full-on, full shoot match, and it's just beating the ever-loving shit out of David. And all you hear, we're all quiet. The whole crowd's quiet. We're all the wrestlers were told to go out and watch because we need to learn. So we're all up on this upper-level banister watching this thing. And all you hear is, what's the finish, David? Bah! 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 What's the fucking finish? Bah! Beat the loving shit out of him. When the match was over, we all went back to the locker room. We ain't saying shit. In fact, I don't think any of us were breathing. And we're like, oh, fuck. David comes back there, and he walks up to him, and he shakes his hand and goes, thank you very much. And that was the last time David ever had an ego about a match. And it turned out that was Brody Lee. And I didn't even realize it for a couple years, actually. The only video, I have one video on YouTube because I wrestled the pre-YouTube days, but that video is also up in our Discord.
Did you move to its own section?
What? Oh, I never did. I really need to do that.
Yeah.
There's a reason he's called the highlight of the night.
All right, Exodus, have fun at prom.
He's staying with us on Monday nights.
Beard, I was supposed to meet him, and the weekend of all that happening, I was supposed to meet him the following Wednesday. Yeah, Brody was the one giving the beating.
Yep.
When he hangs up boots, he might have a job as a commentator, Pat. Pretty good interviewer there.
Yeah, when you need somebody to fall, you get the fall guy. That movie's going to be great. You should more Michael Cole.
I think Joe Hendry would be amazing in WWE.
But also, you said he's the highlight.
You think about Joe Hendry with a production budget of the WWE? Forget it.
This is the Monday night.
So Michael,
Right.
he hasn't technically won the speed title yet. He wins it on this coming Wednesday.
Don't miss Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt in the Fall Guy.
Joe Henry versus Chase U,
only
yes,
in theaters
please.
on Friday.
When?
Friday.
What movie's that?
This Friday.
My shirt, this is our NWO style white Wrestling with Toxicity shirt.
Okay.
Available in our merch shop. Please.
Okay, who's playing the actor?
We got a lot of really cool stuff there.
Emily Blunt.
How do you know that?
Because he's the Fall Guy.
Okay. Got it.
This match should be good.
This man is going to Friday
It should be
night.
fast. I'm not talking about length, I'm talking about just people.
Yeah, I don't know how
Austin,
like that. Yeah, Beard. That's the thing. I don't know how bad it would have been that Wednesday. He was supposed to come up. He was supposed to go down to the school at FCW, when we were still training at the time, and talk to all of us. Literally the Wednesday after the weekend of all that had happened.
All these guys can be the fall guy.
Elijah Burke, I think, is somebody who
Lucky to see him here on
was a man out of time. I think he would have worked better in this particular era. I just don't think I think he was just ahead of his time, and it didn't work. And I think he's done great for himself on the indies and in TNA and stuff like that. Honestly, I think Conor McGregor could make the switch to WWE.
I think if Conor McGregor gets some training from Ken Shamrock, he would do amazing.
No, that's not an unpopular opinion. I think you're right, Beard. And I also think for the sake of his family, it would be best to catch it early.
JD McDonough cannot even look into the lights.
So, it was both. Apparently, Cody hurt his shoulder a little bit, but he's fine.
And their opponents, accompanied by Dominic Mysterio, JD McDonough, Finn Balor, and the World Heavyweight Champion, El Campeón,
Zoe Stark was drafted to Raw, right? Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Saturday in France, it's Backlash.
Did I meet Ashley M? No.
Streaming on Peacock, Damian Priest, his first title defense since winning the
Injury
championship
day.
casting in Money in the Bank at WrestleMania. Damian Priest versus main event.
Well, I've talked bad about CM Punk a lot because I shared a locker room with that asshole.
It's been a pretty miserable night for Judgment Day. First off, they weren't picked until the fourth round.
I think Connor would be... I think The Miz is probably an easy choice, but there's a lot of people you could put Connor against.
Logan Paul.
It depends on how things go in AEW, boy named Sue, but I could see Swerve Strickland coming back in a few years.
Dirty Sanchez. Yeah, Dirty Sanchez.
Yes, we will be streaming Backlash. It starts at 1 p.m. Eastern. Kickoff show starts at 10 a.m. I don't know why. It starts 3 hours early. I don't think we're going to do that. We'll probably start at noon. I shared a locker room with that guy. The man was a locker room cancer back in 2004.
He faced Roman Reigns in the Undisputed Championship last summer. Jey Uso trying to get the World Championship this coming Saturday.
Very new into Damian Priest's reign as our world champion, so
I met Kane in
we don't know what
passing.
that looks like with him as champion.
So Andrade, who will be making his way to the blue brand. Remember, the draft goes into effect this coming Monday, week from tonight. Finn Balor starts things off against Andrade. A lot of bad blood between Judgment Day and Andrade as well.
So all those horror stories you hear about CM Punk in locker rooms and the fights he causes, and like even back in his WWE days being a locker room cancer, he was like that before he was even on WWE's radar.
Obviously, tonight he's teamed with Ricochet and Jey Uso, great company.
Yes, I was a wrestler. 2004 to 2008.
Where Andrade deserves to be.
I did watch Lucha Underground, loved it.
But as his Finn Balor.
I loved it as that one was really a show. Like the production and everything, like it was a real, like it had a plot. Like that was a cool thing. But also I think like as much as I would love for it to come back, I also think it kind of ran its course. Like that doesn't have longevity, unfortunately.
Andrade right there, classic Andrade. And Finn Balor right through the second rope to the floor.
That would be so cool to be able to do.
JD McDonough's bad run just continues. Tag made. Here comes Ricochet. Double team by Andrade and Ricochet. And all of a sudden, the Judgment Day are the fall guys here in the six-man tag team matchup.
Have I met 3 count? No. I met Kevin Nash a couple times. Scott Hall I met once, but it was not a good time for him. He was really out of it. It was a really bad. It was during that like really dark time for him. This was back at TNA. It was during that really dark time for him, but he was still so nice and a really cool dude. But also like every word was slurred. It was just not like you could see Kevin Nash was very much like, oh God, every time he spoke. So it was just like, ugh. But he was still like really nice and very funny and very big. I don't think people realize how big Scott Hall was. Like holy crap, Scott Hall is a massive dude. Massive dude. I miss him. Scott Hall was great. So Matt Hardy's apparently a free agent. He's not signing a contract with TNA. But I like that he's back. I think that Broken Matt can have a lot of fun right now, and it'll be good for him work-wise because he can calm down his work rate as Broken Matt. That is true, Royce. I actually watched that match, and it was very scary. Yeah, we got reported on Friday, but I got the appeal, and we were back before the commercial break was over, Rodriguez. No, Ray did not get charged because it wasn't truly Ray's fault. I mean, Ray had a hand in it, but it was really the guy just hitting the ropes and basically snapping his neck. I just met AJ Styles at the Huddle House in Clarksville this past Saturday. Right on.
Nice.
Do you think Jeff will join Matt in TNA? I know that his contract got extended due to injuries in AEW. I could see it, though, because I'm sure he's not going to renew. Yeah, I don't know why everybody didn't get to see that we were back, but yeah, we came back. Like, we were gone for the commercial break, and we were back before the commercial break was over. Don't know if that'll happen, Julio. It might. I'd love to see Cesaro back after the run he's had. I think he's proven like, hey, guys, I can do this. You know, I do think he should win a world championship in AEW. He did win the Ring of Honor championship, which is great, but I don't really miss Roman. But then again, he was always just never around.
Yeah. We already had the 6th round of the draft. All draft picks are currently up in Discord.
I met Evan Bourne in passing. That was only it. I think Meltzer's rating system is complete and utter garbage. The fact that man never gave Kurt Angle a single 5-star match when almost every match Kurt Angle ever had was a 5-star match blows my fucking mind. And that right there is proof enough that it's just his opinion and they don't mean shit.
Yep. All right. Who's your favorite pick so far of the draft? Who do you think so far?
My biggest surprise pick was Kiana James. That one I was like, whoa. But I think a great pick.
Mm-hmm.
I would say
Priest, the World Heavyweight Champion.
Braun Breaker and Raw really made that made me very happy.
In this matchup.
I think he's a better fit
The story
there.
of the fall over the table is the fact that Michael Cole's
I
Apple
think he
Watch
just feels
Carmelo
right.
Hayes was a
Raw.
big one too, but I mean we kind of knew he was going to SmackDown.
It asked me if I had actually
Yeah.
fallen and if I needed emergency help, and which I answered no.
Michael Cole's
Yes,
Apple
Cody
Watch
is on
was supposed to
SmackDown
go
because he is their
911 here
champion.
live
For
from
me,
ringside.
Lyra Valkyrie,
Because
that
Damian
one
Priest is
for me
flying around, and
honestly
now he's
was the
back in
best.
control.
Yeah, Damian Priest dominated Ricochet. Now here's the power of the World Heavyweight Champion.
Unfortunately, you missed all the picks. You might want to go to our Discord to see all the picks.
Damian Priest threw my chair earlier.
Oh, that's awesome, Phil.
Priest faces Jey Uso Saturday at Backlash.
Not only did I meet AJ Styles, I worked a dark match with AJ Styles.
First title defense
Now, okay,
Saturday.
we all kind of shit on Goldberg a lot, but I met Goldberg. Super nice dude.
Yeah, because everybody's watching.
I met him the day before he won the U.S. title.
Priest. He has a lot to prove on Saturday.
And super nice dude.
Weeks, had a big chip on his shoulder over the fact that many people didn't believe he'd be a viable world champion, that he'd never be able to hold the gold. They didn't never cash in the contract. Double team now.
Roy, I think Goldberg's son just signed up with a football scholarship at
He
college.
has it all. He just lifted his leg up.
If you do football, then
then
come to wrestling.
Now into the corner, elbow delivered. Here's Finn Balor coming in off the
Oh, that was a long time ago, Brandon.
You just dated yourself, man.
Tag again to Balor.
He might have hit his face again off the ropes. Not a good night to do that after getting punched with 3 Super Bowl rings.
Backbreaker.
I've met Steve Austin.
Damian Priest now.
Cool dude.
What a leg drop.
I learned the best workout / diet tip from Steve Austin.
Covered by Ricochet and Andrade.
And it was the same one he told on Tough Enough when they were back in catering.
Heading over to Friday Night SmackDown in the draft next
All
week.
these like wrestlers, they were getting like salads and like protein shakes, and they weren't getting any of the like the meats and stuff. And he's over there just piling on fried chicken and mashed potatoes and French fries and shit. And he goes, I eat whatever I want, and I add 10 reps to whatever I'm working out on. He's like, you just got to push yourself harder in the gym and eat whatever you want.
Saturday at Backlash against Uso. That he handled Jey by himself.
Randy Sessions doing well in development.
Okay. Jamie, you got a 5-minute mute because of the caps for thank you.
The eating has begun here in Kansas City.
That's just my moderators just doing what I tell them to do. I told them that no caps are allowed unless it's like a cheer. But you're already, it was just 5 minutes. You're already back up there, Jamie. So. I've been chopped a lot. I got chopped by the Big Show. If that tells you anything. I met Miss Elizabeth, never met Sherry.
I wanted to meet Sherry. I actually found Sherry more attractive than Miss Elizabeth.
I always had a thing for Miss Elizabeth. Big Show was a dickhead. I love him to death. I love Paul, but he's also likes to rib people. And that dude crushed my chest.
That's why he has a world
Worst chop I ever got was a guy named Bruce Santee, though.
Sanchez, by the way, on the face of Dominic.
As phrased by his father earlier tonight.
Damian causing the distraction.
Met Billy Kidman. We were friends for years. Love that dude.
Toss Jey over the top rope. Jey, though, caught him with a knee. And now Jey Uso heading up to the top.
I was the ace Vinny Lee.
Main event, Jey Uso, cross body.
I never watched his show on Netflix.
J.D. McDonough will break things up.
Ooh. Spinning elbow. From
oh, look at that.
Roundhouse kick.
Just tremendous athleticism. Ricochet got caught. Down goes Ricochet off the flatliner. Damian Priest dragging Finn to the corner.
Finn Balor's the legal man.
We had several NXT draft picks tonight. Lyra, Blair, Ilya.
Big clothesline to Jey Uso.
You had Mello and
give Jey a little bit of a taste of what he's
Corbin.
Saturday at Backlash.
I met Jacqueline once at a convention.
And Damian Priest,
right on War.
Taking his time.
For all the draft results, they're up in our Discord. Go to our Discord and you can see them there.
Wipes his hands clean.
Got Uso up top. Uso, though, drops underneath. Oh, somehow dropped by Jey. And now main event, Jey Uso out to the apron.
Commentary isn't really a thing on the indies, especially back in my day. So Duke the Dumpster Drozdy, I'd never met in person, but I've talked to several times. He's actually a mutual of mine on TikTok. I should get him on the show. But commentary wasn't really a thing in the indies back then. They do it more so now, but it wasn't really a thing. And I was also very disgruntled over having to quit wrestling, so I walked away from the business for a few years.
JD McDonough got involved. And now spear to Balor. I believe Balor made the tag before he was knocked off the apron.
Yeah, I don't really want Priest to lose it in his first defense, but at the same time, I wouldn't be all that mad at it either.
Isn't enough to put him away.
No.
Uso with the win.
You know what, Johnny? I've been thinking about that. Johnny Rhodes is saying we should do a podcast.
We are.
Technically, but no, I'm talking about like the commentary, talking about things going on. After the move. Let's discuss it more.
Backlash in France, 1 Eastern, 10 o'clock in the morning on the West Coast. Jey Uso versus Damian Priest for the World Heavyweight Championship at Backlash. Also on Saturday, Cody Rhodes with his first title defense of the WWE Championship. He takes on AJ Styles, first time ever for the undisputed WWE.
I mean, Jay winning could set up some things.
The Women's Tag Team Championship on the line as well this coming Saturday.
Night, Jazz.
The Kabuki Warriors now part of Monday Night Raw, put the tag titles on the line against Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill of SmackDown, and a grudge match. Kevin Owens, Randy Orton against Solo Sikoa.
That should be a good match.
At Backlash this coming Saturday. Will Jey Uso win the big one? Will Damian Priest
Johnny, if we had the contacts to do that, I would love to do that.
Yeah, that's something we're gonna work on. That's something we're gonna do. We're gonna try to get more interviews in. Like we did a Ken Anderson interview, not this last subathon, but the subathon prior. I'm gonna get Ken Anderson on the show more often when he can. That's something we're definitely gonna work on. Getting some other wrestlers on as well would be cool. So that's something we're definitely gonna work on. But ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for us tonight. That was night 2 of the draft. There will be some supplemental picks that'll come up through Twitter or Instagram or whatever. We'll see how that goes as well. But don't forget, tomorrow night, spring break in night 2 of NXT. It's going to be amazing. So make sure you tune in for that. It's the best wrestling show on television today. Again, if you're on Twitch, thanks for the follow. Please follow along. Please subscribe if you're feeling it for dinner. Use your Amazon Prime subscription. Make sure your base was paid for 60 billionaires. If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe button. Make sure you follow us there as well. And, of course, if you're on TikTok, make sure you follow. Make sure you subscribe. Thank you for all the gifts. We appreciate you guys very, very much. For the Booker, I've been Super Beard. You've been super awesome. And we will see you for NXT tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Bye.
Yeah, walk in the building like I got $1 million on me in cash. Okay, tired of counting, I hired accountants, they doing the math. Okay, took it to places they never could make it, I'm forming a path. Okay, not going back. Okay, not going back. Let's go, not from this planet. Pull up an alien rocket ship. They try to study the way I've been doing it, they gon' need paleontologists. Feel like I'm one of the greats. Money, I'm making a lot of it. I did 1 billion streams independent. I swear that they barely acknowledge it. Okay, that means that I gotta go harder. I'm flipping a switch. Battery charging, I'm ready to flip. Feel like I'm Arthur, I'm balling my fist. Give me the call, never calling it quits. Bigger money, bigger problems. What they said to me, I don't ever worry, cause the stress don't get to me. Live and direct from the mind of my destiny. Diamonds of pressure, I thrive in intensity.